Why does every recipe I try need 18 ingredients, including a jar of something paste I'll never use again, but will sit in my fridge for 9 months? I just want dinner in the oven, fast. That's why I love Blue Apron's new one-pan assemble and bake meals. They send you fresh ingredients that are already chopped. All you do is put it all together and bake. That's it. No chopping, no weird leftovers, just delicious, easy-to-make meals. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that. Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4449. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are in the men's room. On tap today, Taryn Daly and Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show. Join us once again. We will sit and spin. Today we celebrate National Smith Day.
Nice.
With Guess the Smith.
Guess the Smith, all right.
We will play Profile This. Plus headlines, men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack, drinkity dry.
All right, here we go. Florida man is behind bars after hiding a gun under his prosthetic silicone breasts. Meanwhile, Mercer Island police complete a DoorDash order. As the driver, they had to arrest. Man who fell 15 stories is saved by a clothing line. Utah police officer who turned into a frog, fortunately now doing fine. And one of Boston's finest is arrested for felony strangulation, and not on himself. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right. An 80-year-old woman in Germany. Yeah, well, guess what? She landed herself and 13 others in the hospital when she accidentally sprayed pepper spray in a spa. She was trying to show it off to her friends, accidentally hit it, the thing sprayed. But the thing is, after she sprayed it, it went into the ventilation system, taking out all the other people in the quote-unquote thermal baths. Meanwhile, a woman in Ohio, she accidentally pepper sprayed her 7-month-old brother in a restaurant. I'm not sure what she was doing. The kid was sitting in the car seat. They're at a steakhouse. Zap! Sprayed him right in the face. And he reacted the way you would imagine a 7-month-old reacts to getting pepper sprayed for the first time. Lots of tears. The beauty is, he's young enough that the sister never has to share the story. He'll never know. Either way, neither of these situations are good, but remember, it could always be worse. We go to Atlanta, Georgia, where a couple, they were preparing to cook dinner on their outdoor fire pit. Well, the wife was accidentally sprayed with lighter fluid, which wouldn't have been so bad until the husband went to light the grill. In a nutshell, she has had $2.7 million worth of reconstructive surgery so far, and they're saying she's only about halfway through the treatment. But look, people accidentally get stuff on them all the time, and it's not always as dangerous as pepper spray or lighter fluid. For example, a bald man on a plane was accidentally sprayed in the back of the head with breast milk. We'll show that story coming up. But it's not always just stuff that accidentally gets on you. Sometimes it's what gets in you. And sure, maybe you took a sip of vodka, you thought it was a glass of water, or maybe you got a glass of water because you thought it was vodka. But guy in India, he ended up dying after he took a sip of water because he didn't notice the bee that was in his bottle of water. Yes, he vomited up the bee, but not before it stung him on the inside, which, well, as you would imagine, led to complications, we'll just say. And we have many, many stories like this because the thing is, while these people's stories are extreme, they're universal. All of us have gotten something on us or in us, whether we have wanted to do that or not. If you have a dog and you're picking up with a poop bag, at least once in your life, you discovered that bag had a hole in it when you realized there's dookie all over the palm of your hand. Or maybe that's just me on several occasions. Who knows? But that's what today's question all about. Brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration. We would like to know what, unfortunately, got in you or on you.
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
Tonight's meal, tilapia surprise with boiled cabbage. Begin cooking steps 1 through 50 now.
Are you kidding me? Making dinner shouldn't feel like doing a 1,000-piece puzzle. With Blue Apron's new one-pan assemble and bake meals, the hard part's already done. Pre-chopped ingredients, zero stress. Just assemble, bake, and enjoy. No complicated steps, no mountain of dishes. Try Assemble and Bake today. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Hi, I'm Andrew Yang. You may remember me as being the guy who wanted to get money into the hands of millions of Americans. Well, I'm still at it, and I'm now the founder of Noble Mobile, the first carrier that pays you to use your phone less. With Noble, you get unlimited talk, text, and 5G data on the T-Mobile network, and you can earn up to $20 cash back a month for getting off your phone. Try it for just $10 a month. Go to noblemobile.com/yang10. That's noblemobile.com and use my code YANG10 to get paid to use your phone less.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All of it, y'all, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,449. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon.
It is beautiful.
In downtown Seattle. Today on Sit and Spin with Taryn and Steve from the Daily Bakes Morning Show, we're going to celebrate National Smith Day, which is, in fact, a real thing. I mean, well, someone made it up, but it's as real as real.
Woman made it up in, I believe it was 1994, because, you know, Smiths just don't get enough love. You know, it's hard to find. I mean, Ted, you're a rare one. You're one of the few Smiths I've known in my life.
Mm-hmm. I've also...
Especially being a black guy from the East Coast, you never meet a Smith.
Nope. But I've been insulted multiple times to my face.
By who?
Just people in bars. They just talk about, like, names, and people just go, yeah. It's like meeting a Smith. I'm always like, well, I'm a Smith. So, yeah, we're new today.
So do they apologize, or they're just like, you're exactly what I'm talking about? Or is it too easy to do?
Well, there's so many of us. I think it's just a thing. People, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What's a plain-ass name? Ted or Smith. But
Ted Smith. That's a plain ass name.
That's why I put a V in front of it. But it's just funny.
What's a plain ass name?
I've had that, right? I mean, seriously, that is why I put the V in front of it. But I've had multiple people just in discussion, and they'll just be like, "Oh God, yeah, it's as plain as like meeting somebody's last name Smith."
It's a battle between you and the Martinez's, and it kind of goes back
number
and forth
2
every year. So,
they overtook Johnson.
They did. It used to be Smith, Jones, Johnson. Now it's like Smith, Martinez, or Martinez, Smith, and then Jones, Johnson.
Yeah. Most popular names, at least in the United States.
In the United States, sure.
There is competition, though. I was doing a little research here, Ted. I don't know if you are aware, but you do share a holiday.
Oh, yeah?
With something else.
Johnson's still number 2.
Is it number 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Because today is National Bean Day. Mm-hmm. The perfect excuse to cook your favorite comfort food. You wonder why National Bean Day is held January 6th?
Yes.
The same day as the famous geneticist Gregor Mendel died, and he used bean plants and pea plants to develop theories on genetics in plants. So the formation of National Bean Day has more to do with scientific development than eating a good bean recipe.
But when did National Bean Day start? Because to me, it sounds like perhaps Smith Day stepped on the toes of Mr. Bean.
This is something that's been going on for like 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah, Bean Day's new.
All this crap.
Is it new?
Yeah, it's good.
All right, so Bean Day stepping on the Smiths.
So the idea of sit and spin as guess the Smith. Mike has found a bunch of artists that contain Smith somewhere in the band, in the name of the band, a member of the band. Either way, we're going to try to guess which Smith is involved in said band or artist.
Correct.
You know, like Patti Smith.
Right.
Because the night belongs to us. That's a Smith you might not have heard
Who do we
of.
meet on the elevator? Was it her or...
Oh, no, that was Chrissy Hine from the Pretenders.
Yeah, Chrissy, man. She just, it was just us and her. We looked at her. She had a look on her face where we agreed, do not speak to this woman.
No,
I
not
don't know. Man, yeah, she looked like she would throw down and beat our ass in there. Exactly. I don't know what was going on. Seriously, like, we're like, oh, dude, that's Chrissy Hine, cool. And she just looked at us, and it's like, I'm not saying anything to this woman. I'm telling you,
she
man.
She just looked pissed?
Mm-hmm. She looked pissed, but she also looks tough, man. I mean, she looked like she might mug you.
I wonder how many people, you're talking about the plain name. I wonder how many people in Hollywood, in music, in the arts, whose last name is Smith, actually just changed it so they wouldn't have a plain last name.
I see. I disagree, you know what I mean? Man. I
wonder how many Smiths out there are not Smiths anymore. You know them as something else.
I don't think so. I feel like if your last name's Smith, you're fine because there's not a ton of Smiths.
Yeah.
There's Will Smith, right? And I'm kind of done.
Getting jiggy with it.
But generally speaking, when you look at celebrities' real last names, it was like Abramowitz, and you kind of go like, I understand why you change. Like they want to go from something horrible to Smith. Because most celebrities want something really easy to remember.
Yeah.
That does not count like
that's why you get Neil Diamond.
Right. You're not going to forget
or
that.
King Diamond.
Eddie Rabbit. Is it stupid? Absolutely. But you remember the man's name.
It could be Eddie Smith.
Eddie Smith, right?
Yeah. He loves the rain.
I think we really dominate like sports stuff.
You definitely dominate sports.
Probably easy to get a jersey.
It is.
You know?
Like when I was a kid, right? We were all Commanders fans. One of the Super Bowl years, they had a running back named Timmy Smith. Mm-hmm. My cousin was Timmy Smith. We thought it was the greatest thing ever.
He played like 1 year.
Had one good year.
Yeah, exactly. That's like every quarterback you've ever had to win a Super Bowl. 1 year. That's all you get. So it's all about the Smiths coming up as we celebrate National Smith Day with Sit and Spin on the way at 4:30 with Steve and Taryn. And today we're going to talk about things that unfortunately have gotten on you. Sometimes these things get in you, depending on the situation. Believe it or not, we have a list of 12 things that are actually on you right now.
That you don't want to know about.
Or in you that are, in fact, alive.
Yeah.
I mean, dead serious.
I want to say, like, I believe it's either 40% or 60%. I don't remember which. Yeah. But basically, the bacteria in your body is either 40 or 60% of your weight. So, like, when you step on a scale, right? Say if you weigh 100 pounds, like, either 40 pounds of that or 60 pounds of that. It's not really you. It's all the crap that lives inside of you.
But you live with that, and you don't really pay attention to that. And that does not gross you out. I mean, in certain things...
It does, but look, because they're talking about
if you
your gut
saw
health.
it under a microscope, you might freak out.
You're happy about it because it's your gut health. It's like, dude, that's 40% of your weight is bacteria.
Yeah. If you saw the things that I saw earlier...
Eyelashes, eyebrows.
The dragon type of, I don't know, some kind of microbe insect that lives on your eyelashes.
Oh, yeah, they're gross.
Oh, gross. I mean, it looks...
Have you seen them, Ted?
No,
dude,
just
like,
sounds gross.
And it doesn't matter who you are; they are there.
Yeah,
you can't really get rid of them. I think they actually serve some decent purpose, but like They are there, and if I remember it, they're kind of like
they look like
armored.
They look like armored machines, man. I mean, they are.
And they're on you.
If they were big, like if they could blow that thing up, you'd be like, you've got to be kidding me.
That lives on me.
Yeah, you got thousands of those in your eyelash.
Oh, yeah.
At all times. But we're going to talk about things that, you don't normally come into contact with. And the one thing that you definitely hope is you'll never have to come in contact with some of these things again.
Yeah.
Now, as far as things getting in you, most of the time that ends up through accidentally swallowing something.
Maybe of the time.
Like when I had my mouth open, riding my scooter for some dumb reason up Larry, and I don't know what kind of bug it was because it hit the back of my throat.
Why were you riding with your mouth open? That's the part we can't get past.
I don't know.
Because the only image in my head
I'm just like driving along.
is your mouth hanging open.
It was a clean shot. It was a clean shot.
I'm with you.
We saw a video today of it's an old school video, but it's a television reporter who's down in Augusta, Georgia, and he's doing stand-up, and he's talking about a pretty bad situation. It's like a murder or something, or someone passed on, or whatever the deal was. And as he's doing a stand-up, a bug flies directly into his mouth, and he absolutely loses it.
Brother got ghetto real quick.
I was going to say, that is, I know exactly. I was like, black dude, right?
Exactly.
Because when he's presenting the news, he's very much like this. We have the situation outside of Augusta High School, and whatever goes, it goes in his mouth, and then it's all cuss word. This country ass mother effing.
I hate it.
Give it the F out. And then when he gets his S back together,
he starts over.
Back to our top story.
Dude, I was a kid, but we're playing in a baseball game, right? I forget what's going on. But I'm running to, field a ball. And again, a bug flew in my eye. And it's in my eye. So I missed it. And then I remember, seemed like a legit excuse. I can't even remember if we won or lost the game. I just remember my dad was coaching. And he was like, what the hell happened? I was like, there was a fly. You see me pull it out? And he's like, you still should have got that grounder.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. She's exactly. She's like, all right.
I got a bug in my eye. Right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have been to a bar with a friend of mine. Now, this is a little bit different of a story, but I have been to a bar with a friend of mine, and it was in Chicago, and it was an old school bar. It was pretty packed, and it was the summertime. We were there just to meet up, friends from high school, and he's peeing underneath the bar.
Damn.
I'm standing right beside him. I feel the splashing on my shins, and I'm
because you're wearing shorts.
Yes, it's the summertime
in Chicago.
Yes. With, little booty socks on.
Yeah.
No real protection down there. Bare legs, And I'm like, oh, my God, Pat, we are going to get killed. What are you doing? And then I had to go to the bathroom and wipe all the pee off of my legs and go back in there. By the time we went back in there, he was getting escorted out of the premises.
You don't say.
Yes, he was, in fact. And I was obviously, since I was kind of looking around there and he's with him, and I'm like, I had no control over that, bro. And he's like, I'm sorry about that, but you are going to need to escort your friend out of here, and you're going to have to leave too. And my other two buddies, same deal. And they weren't even standing beside that.
Right.
Just guilt
by association.
The whole group has to leave now, period. Because we don't know what you're up to next. Could be
nothing.
I would never do that. You dumbass. He's like, well, I didn't know where the bathroom was. I'm like, I just walked in there to wipe the urine off my leg, dude.
I didn't notice that's why I peed on your bar.
Right.
I believe you that you guys had nothing, but I also get the bartender to be like, no.
You got to go.
You just peed in our bar inside.
Which brings us to this. The New York advertising executive arrested for urinating upon several victims from a rooftop bar will perform now community service, be prohibited from using alcohol or mind-altering substances as part of the deal he struck with prosecutors. The judge had approved a pre-trial intervention agreement between Matthew Day, who was 30, and the state attorney's office in connection with the man's 1:30 a.m. aerial assault in a St. Petersburg, Florida night spot. Day was arrested for disorderly conduct at The Landing, which advertises itself as an elevated hangout balcony bar. But they say Day entered the rooftop bar, pulled out his penis out of his shorts, and urinated from the balcony down onto the sidewalk below.
Why do they add the point? He pulled out his pee. Look, we get that if he peed off of a balcony, we just made the assumption that his D is out of his
Several
pants.
passerbys were struck with urine. Cops reported the Day was under the influence of alcohol when he was collared for the vile golden showers, they say. Now he's going to do 50 hours community service, alcohol evaluation. You get all the things. He did not make a statement to anybody. He basically just his LinkedIn.
I was drunk and I peed off the balcony. I did not mean to pee on people. These things happen when you're drunk.
He's in St. Petersburg, Florida. All right, that's Florida man, right? Now this is a guy from Hoboken, New Jersey, who's there on vacation.
I don't know that I call that Florida man. To me, that's just a drunk dude who made a very poor decision.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm like, you don't have to give a statement. Yeah. You did. We understand.
This is unfortunate.
I saw this once at a bar in Tennessee. Same thing, Calhoun's. It's on the river.
I'm sure they love that.
Well, it's a great bar, but credit to the bouncers. We look over and there's just a fight breaking out.
All right.
But the dude that punched the first guy is like, he's visibly upset. He's almost like he's so worked up. And the bouncer's kind of throwing him out. And he's like, no, don't throw me out. And they're like, why? And he's like, the dude was pissing. There's women right there. Like, he had his penis out. Oh. I was like, that's why I hit him. And the bouncers were like, whoa. All right.
Our bad.
And they threw the guy that was right. So I was like, they got it right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Calhoun's is awesome.
The only thing we get from this guy, Matthew Day, is his LinkedIn page originally contained his full name. But post-arrest, he has shortened it down to, and this is unfortunate as well, Matthew D.
Matthew D.
Just Matthew D.
Yeah, perfect.
It's the only thing we've heard from this guy. So our question, what unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Tim. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Okay, so this didn't happen to me, but I was present when it did happen. Go back quite a few years. A couple of my buddies and myself, we went to a party, and we're all pretty intoxicated. One of my buddies, Gary, ends up leaving the room with one of the girls, and we're partying away, and he comes out, and he's coughing and making, faces and so forth, and we're like, what happened? So you got to picture this. He's laying on his back in the bedroom with this girl, and he's pleasuring her. And while he's doing it, her trash can opens up and drops him a little Dippin' Dot right on his tongue.
Oh!
And, yeah, and this is no lie. He thought he spit it out and kept on going. That's how intoxicated he was. So when he came out of the room afterwards and he was telling me and two of my other buddies about it, he still got brown stuff on the side of his face. Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, we just came out of the gate really strong in this question. Never thought we'd go there right out of the gate, but
yeah.
All right.
I mean, this lends itself to gross stuff. That is extremely gross, but it's going to be all
kind
day.
of close to being in through the outdoor there.
Yeah, I didn't think that's how it would go. That's
I am.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think I've ever had fecal matter from a dog, from a child, in my mouth. I know I've been. I know I've been peed on.
I've had it in my mouth once, and I've gone through this before, but when you have an infant for like the first however many weeks it is, when they have a bowel movement, it's just like this black tarry substance because it's basically all the amniotic fluid getting out of the system, right? And the doctor explained, hey, it's going to be real sticky, real tarry is how they describe it, but in a couple of weeks or a couple of days, I don't remember how long it is at this point, but they'll start having normal bowel movements, and you'll know because it looks like a bowel movement. Once you start pooping, poop is poop, right? Like, all right, cool. So my daughter's super young. She's still passing the tar kind of stuff. No big deal. It's a pain to clean. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. No, it's tar.
Like you can't just wipe it out.
It is tar.
You got to, but oddly enough, even though you can put more effort into that tarry newborn stuff, it's not as gross because you don't consider it poop. This is just the body getting rid of stuff. So anyway, my wife, who had been pregnant, delivers a kid. She's more than happy to get out of the house. So I think she rolled to the grocery store or something. But I remember she was happy to go, and she's like, look, I'm going to the store. I'll be gone like 20 minutes. I'm like, cool, man. It's just me and my newborn daughter. Well, guess what? That's when my daughter has her first official I'm a human being bowel movement. So part of me's happy because like anything with your kids, you just want them to hit all those little milestones like, all right, thank God. So I'm going to change her diaper. This is the first legitimate diaper change I'm going to do. It's actual poop. I have her ass up on the bathroom counter. But when I pull off her diaper, I see that it's actual poop. I'm like, all right, good. It's just this little milestone. But as kids do, she starts kicking her feet, right? But her heel, keep in mind, when little kids poop, and if you have a kid, you know this, it's not, unlike when we wipe our ass, we just have one target area. It is the entire surface of our ass is covered in poop, right? So it's that situation. I fully expect that. But she's kicking her feet, and her heels hit her butt cheeks, and then the poop sticks to the heels, and she kicks her feet out. She's flinging S everywhere. So I did not know that this was going to happen. And basically, as soon as I pull off the diaper, she starts kicking her feet. And I'm like, oh, my God. There are turds flying under the wall. They hit me in the face. I remember I had one stuck in my beard because I can see in the bathroom mirror. But as I'm kind of screaming, oh, my God, and trying to grab her knees so that she'll stop doing this, a little piece of turd, not a big one, but a little piece of turd, I know it went into my mouth. Like, it went into my mouth. I remember it hit my back right cheek. And the worst part is your body's reflex is to swallow. Right, so as soon as something hits back there, either you're going to choke or you swallow. And you swallow. And I'm like, I just swallowed a turd. Like, I know for a fact that I did. And then I'm holding her knees still for a second. My hands are covered in poop. Her feet are covered in poop. By the way, I just want to point out, she had the biggest, sweetest smile on her face through this whole thing. I look in the mirror. There is poop falling out of my beard. There is poop on my forehead. And all I can think is, I'm pretty sure a turd just went down my damn throat.
I'll retract that statement. I have had poop in my mouth.
It's not a brag.
No, it's not. My kid just blew up the toilet. And it wasn't that the turd was so big it couldn't flush.
Did you plunge?
Just in the middle of a plunge, man.
Your mouth shut and turn your head away.
I was just down in there digging, man. And as soon as the suction came up, I pulled up and like right in my face, and my mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so I have. I've tasted the turd.
Yes.
Our question, what unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803.
Tonight's meal, tilapia surprise with boiled cabbage. Begin cooking steps 1 through 50 now.
Are you kidding me? Making dinner shouldn't feel like doing a 1,000-piece puzzle. With Blue Apron's new one-pan assemble and bake meals, the hard part's already done. Pre-chopped ingredients, zero stress. Just assemble, bake, and enjoy. No complicated steps, no mountain of dishes. Try Assemble and Bake today. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Hi, I'm Andrew Yang, former presidential candidate and champion of getting more money into the hands of millions of Americans. I want to tell you about our new company, Noble Mobile, which is the first phone carrier that pays you to use your phone less. Did you know Verizon and AT&T paid out $18 billion in dividends to shareholders last year? That's money they make by overcharging you for data. Noble changes all that. You get unlimited everything on the T-Mobile network. Plus, when you use your phone less, you get up to $20 in cash back each month, and we give you a 5.5% interest rate on it. Most importantly, Noble members use their phones 17% less each month because, hey, people like money. And as a listener to this show, you can try Noble for just $10 if you visit noblemobile.com and use the code YANG10. Stop overpaying for your data, go to noblemobile.com/YANG10, and start getting paid to use your phone less today.
Just got a new puppy or kitten? Congrats! But also, yikes. Between crates, beds, toys, treats, and those first few vet visits, you've probably already dropped a small fortune. Which is where Lemonade Pet Insurance comes in. It helps cover vet costs so you can focus on what's best for your new pet. The coverage is customizable, sign-up is quick and easy, and your claims are handled in as little as 3 seconds. Pro tip, Lemonade offers a package specifically for puppies and kittens. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet. Your future self will thank you. Your pet won't. They don't know what insurance is.
We rock.
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Did you enjoy a relaxing day at the spa?
I have before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty invigorating. I've done it 1 or 2 times. You jump in the hot tub or the cold water and all that crap and do a little meditation. Not so for a bunch of people in Germany.
Yeah.
As a grandma was at the entrance of the thermal spa in a town southwest in Germany. She pulled out her pepper spray to show a friend.
Why?
But when she pulled it out, she accidentally pressed down on the lever to spray the pepper spray, and she let the substance into the air. Now, the chemicals, they quickly spread through the spa's ventilation system in the building, and as many as 13 guests in the thermal bath area were injured as emergency services swarmed the leisure center in large numbers. The woman herself was also had to be treated by paramedics. She is now actually being investigated by the police. Obviously, this was an accident, but still. The spa had to be evacuated for 30 minutes. The fire department had to mechanically ventilate the entrance.
Oh, yeah.
Guests were then allowed back into the thermal baths once the pepper spray was out of the air.
To their credit, the spa obviously has very good ventilation. That's what I took out of the story. Like, oh, wow, you took out 13 other people that weren't even
You have to
around
remember, all the moisture in the air, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Needs to be sucked out. So it's kind of like going to one of those old cigar bars. But whatever they put in there works.
Why did she have to show her friend? Why can't you just say, I have pepper spray? It's not like a gun. You know, a gun might look cool. It might be a different model. Pepper spray is pepper spray. So if you tell me, dude, I have pepper spray, do you want to see it? No.
Does anybody out there know?
I mean, I'm guessing just because it's an older lady, maybe she just got it or something.
Yeah. I do understand all of that. I'm sure she just got it. I'm sure she just told her friend. Maybe her friend even asked to see it. But again, like, guys, it's just pepper spray. There's
look, in her defense, when I was like 19 or 20, I went and did a ride-along in PG County, right?
Yeah.
So I, luckily, well, it was probably one of the worst areas, right? It's down in Oxon Hill.
And it's definitely that's where my aunt lives, yeah.
Right. It's gotten better, I think, over the years.
Sure.
But one of the I'm sitting in like out front waiting for like the guy used to drink at the bar. I bartend at. He's like, I'll take you. And I can't remember if it was like a grenade of tear gas or pepper spray. But same thing. One of the cops was walking out and punctured it.
Oh, no.
So they were like, you got to leave. And I was like, well, I'm waiting for, officer. And they were like, this giant dude comes out and he's like, no, man. Somebody messed up in there. We won't be able to breathe in here in a minute.
Well, okay. Maybe one of our listeners knows this. And because I've never been exposed to any of that stuff.
Really?
I've never been pepper sprayed. So
we got to change that.
Exactly. I've never had it in my eyes. I've had it on my shoulder.
Okay. I've had it.
It burns
I've been at a bar once where the guy sprayed it at the front and it crawled. We did not know they had done it. We heard people up front coughing, could not figure it out. And we see them getting off of their bar stools and going outside. We're kind of laughing because we're drunk. We're in our young 20s. And then it kind of rolled back. Mm-hmm. Like we started coughing a little bit. And it didn't get in our eyes, but your eyes do water. And we left. And then everyone figured out the guy that did it as a joke. And I had an old woman who wanted to pepper spray me. And I knew it was coming. And she did not do it. Again, this is Baltimore, late night. I'm in my 20s. I'm walking home from work. So it's like midnight-ish, 12:30, something like that. I walk fast. She's an older woman. She does not walk fast. But we're on the same side of the street on the sidewalk. So I'm closing the distance on her. She's maybe 3 blocks ahead of me when I first saw her. I'm now about half a block away from her. And I see her keep looking over her shoulder. And again, it's Baltimore. I understand her concern. But something in my head said, dude, cross the street, right? Because she keeps looking back. Mm-hmm. And I crossed the street, and she turned over her other shoulder. Because I basically went to her left. She turned over her right shoulder. And the thing was already out, and she was spraying just dead air at that point.
Right.
Because I was crossing the street, and as she looks at me, and now I'm on the other side. Let's put my hands up like, man, I'm not. I understand you were nervous. I know you think I was going to mug you. I was not. But, yeah, something just told me, like, bro, I don't know if she has a gun, a knife, or spray or whatever, but this woman is setting up to do something to you.
Here's my question. And somebody knows. The question is, out of tear gas, out of, I don't know, so maybe these are all similar. I don't know. Pepper spray, mace, bear spray. What is the one that you hope to God does not get on you?
I'm going to guess either tear gas. I'm saying tear gas because when you're breaking up a protest, they break out pepper spray when it's kind of more like one-on-one.
Right.
Tear gas, like, that gets launched somewhere and everyone disperses.
What about bear spray? One-on-one. Could that be worse than tear gas, what I'm saying?
I would think maybe it is because
it's concentrated
for
just on
bear.
It's right.
Well,
right.
I mean, again, though, but with throw, I think what Throw's trying to say is, like, right, like, if you've ever been to a protest where tear gas gets shot out, like, you don't have to be right there, but you're right. It wafts over, and you start coughing and everything else. With pepper, I don't care if it's pepper spray or bear spray, it's direct in your eyes. That's just going to be worse.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So our question...
All right, let's say, put us in we're in a warehouse. It's 40 by 40 feet, all right? We're going to give 20-foot ceilings. Now, there's no windows in there. One tear gas canister, and we're all in there, right? I don't know, 5 minutes. Or, I don't know, I guess even if it's not direct, someone pumps, because again, it was just pepper spray at the bar I was at. And the bar was shaped like a shoebox. And he was up by the front. We were sitting near the back, and it took maybe 45 seconds to a full minute before it hit us. But, man, when it hit, and again, none of us were sprayed directly. I don't think he sprayed it on anyone. I think he just put it up in the air. I'm not sure because I didn't see it. But, I mean, it was bad.
What would be the best one to have it, say, if you were concerned about your wife worked late, had to walk
pepper
to her
spray
car?
or beer. If you gave her tear gas, she's crazy.
Well, I know that. What I mean is,
she would have to have a weapon.
Does she need bear spray just in her purse or something like that?
Yeah, I think a lot of women. That's why the 80-year-old lady had it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I actually heard that bear spray is less potent than pepper spray.
Why?
Because it's intended for bears who have a lot higher receptors as far as their eyes or nose. It's a lot more. It's more sensitive, so it doesn't need to be near as strong. Whereas we don't have near as heightened of senses, so ours is stronger. So bear mace, while it sounds a lot tougher, is actually not as tough as pepper spray.
Huh. So we're getting the worst of it.
Yeah.
Next time I see a bear, you're a bitch.
What if you pepper sprayed a bear then?
Oh, dude.
They would die.
Okay.
So why'd you do that?
Then why buy bear spray?
Bear spray also generally is a bigger container. I think shoots farther. Like, it would be hard to pepper like a bear. Like, he's so close to you at that point.
It's not gonna matter.
Okay.
Right, by the time he feels it, he might already have a swipe at it.
What if you got a can of Raid cockroach spray?
All right.
How about that?
Well, who are we spraying with it?
Whoever's in your face.
I mean, I think it works for a second. I think the difference is this, all right?
Same effect.
If I hit you with bear spray or pepper spray, like, you're done. You can be mad, you can cuss me out, but you're not throwing any more punches. You're dealing with yourself. I feel like with the Raid bug spray, it hurts for a second, and then when they're over, they're going to commence to beat your... Like, did you just spray me with Raid,
Then you hit him again.
Keep doing it until you calm down.
What unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803-ROCK.
Man, oh, man, we need to get you pepper sprayed, man.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, I'm sure we can arrange that.
You know we could. I'm sure there's plenty of
We'll do it at live night.
Why don't we could bring those two cops that were in for the drug thing. Hey, guys, if you could also bring pepper spray, we'll do it outside and tell us the effects.
We don't have enough time on the dump button.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I guarantee I would just string them along for minutes. You know what I mean? It's just a natural reaction.
Yeah.
It's nothing you can control. It's like stubbing your toe. I'm just going to go on.
You're going to cuss, yeah. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola.
All right, sorry, Mike, but I got to chime in on this. I've been sprayed in the face 3 times with bear spray. This isn't my story, but...
Why? Why have you been bear sprayed 3 times? Are you a bear?
Tinder?
Well, okay. Now, look how much you guys are sitting around talking about it. Want to know, hey, let's set this up. Well, my buddy found an old can of bear spray. And we're like, it's like, hey, I'm kind of curious, too. So the thing was, he was going to spray it in the air, and then I was going to walk through it.
Okay.
Well, he was pointing in the air, and then I'm yelling at my buddy because 2 people are videoing it. I'm yelling at my buddy to make sure I got water as soon as I get sprayed. And then as I'm telling him, my other buddy's like, no, I'm going to spray you directly in the face. And I'm not paying attention. So then he goes, I'm going to spray you directly in the face, okay? And I go, okay, I'm ready. So he took that as okay. He lowered it down, and he hit me with that sucker. And the difference that I can tell is pepper spray is really fine, so you can get it right in just their eyes. Bear spray is more like lighting off a fire canister.
Because they got the bigger head, so it's more covered.
I see.
So was it worse being in your eyes or your mouth?
Oh, it was everywhere.
Okay.
It was like it was an entire cloud. It covered your. I think that's why it's open.
This is a hold my beer moment.
Okay, but
this is a hold my beer moment with friends and your videoing and everything. So how did
he did say to spray it in the air,
Right.
and then there's the miscommunication about I'm going to do it in your face.
But you would never volunteer to do this again. So how did it happen 2 more times?
Okay, well, he didn't stop at that one.
Oh.
So as I'm choking and gagging, he sprays me again.
What?
So then I walk around. To the side of my car, and I have my hands down on the trunk of my car, getting ready for water. I'm asking for water, and he sprays me one more time.
Why did he keep spraying you?
Oh, because he's an absolute a-hole.
Okay, that answers it.
And so I'm sitting there, and I'm beating on the thing, telling him to get water. And then the video, you can hear him spraying it in the air. He's like, I'm running out the rest for repercussions. Because, I was going to grab that bottle. And I told him, I said, you spray me one more time, I swear, I'm going to kick you in the junk as hard as I possibly can.
I think that's a fair response to that.
Okay, but now the best part was that last time they sprayed me, because I walked around to the side of the car, they were all standing downwind. So when they sprayed me, they all got sprayed too. So that was kind of a little karma helping me out. But for the next 45 minutes, I could not pull my head out from under the faucet.
Okay, I was going to ask how long and is it burning? Is it irritating? What is the general sensation?
Like your head is completely on fire. Your eyes, you can't even tell the choking, the gagging. You can't breathe. It's not just the pain in your eyes. It's like debilitating. It drops you.
A couple of comments people said. All right. I say pepper spray. Generally a stream of liquid. Bear spray is more like a fog. You don't want either in your face or in windy conditions. It's terrible. Had to hold my eyes open and get it. Bear spray is less concentrated but sprays further. He also says you do not want to get this on your male parts. If you take a shower, it activates it. And felt like someone was holding a lighter down there to the tip. And one more, I was in the Marine Corps in Special Forces. I had to be pepper spray qualified. You do not want to do that.
How do you get, let me ask this. If you're pepper spray qualified.
It says it'll put you down for 30 to 45 minutes.
Does that mean, I am not pepper spray qualified, okay? So me and the man who is pepper spray qualified, I don't know, we end up getting into it with we're on the same side, but we get into it with some guy who pulls out his pepper spray. We both get sprayed. No offense to you. I feel like we're still both going to have the exact same reaction. The only difference is you saying, I remember this from before.
Look, there's a magical drug out there that cures this. So you don't have to worry about it. Whatever it is, it's PCP, it's fentanyl. I mean, you read these stories about people who get pepper sprayed and they jump up and they attack like 3 more officers.
And take them down.
There's obviously a street drug out there that says, you know what?
Yeah, PCP.
I'm bigger than you.
Yeah.
Pepper spray.
I mean, PCP also has people self-mutilate.
Ted, there are some side effects. What we're saying is if
Ask
you're
your
pepper
doctor,
sprayed,
PCP is right for you.
So, Jeff, that was not the story you called in with, although that's still amazing to me. What did you call in with?
Okay, so I used to work for an asphalt company, and we used this stuff called tack. It's like asphalt glue. So, like, when you take out an old patch, you put this tack on there, and you spread it around so it helps adhere. You never see this stuff. So it's like a real fine brown liquid, like water almost.
All right. So it's the glue that holds the asphalt in the hole.
Yeah, it holds new asphalt to old asphalt.
Right.
Okay.
So it helps glue them together. It helps hold them. So when you spread this stuff out, it's brown. You spread it out real thin, and then it sets really quickly. It sets pretty quickly, and then once it turns black, you can touch it, you can walk on it, and then it's basically heat activated. Once the asphalt hits it, it reheats, and then it glues itself together. Well, a guy was carrying 2 5-gallon full buckets of this stuff, and we're at the beach, so you know the roots hiding in the sand on the shoulders. He's kind of at a pretty good hustle bringing these 2 5-gallon things of tack. Well, he clips one of these roots underneath the sand, and he goes for the baseball slide. Well, you go to throw your hands down. He threw those buckets with a little extra momentum, catches himself on the ground, and those 2 buckets hit and explode all over him. I mean, we're talking up his shirt, in his nose, in his hair, in his ears, all over him.
Now, is this a funny situation or a serious situation or both?
At this point, it's funny. At this point,
Okay, we've reached past serious.
Right.
Now it's comedy.
Because if you go douse yourself in water, it's water based. So once water hits it basically loses. So you can just rinse it right off. But once it sets and turns black, then you're in a whole different ballgame.
So he needed to run down and jump in the ocean.
Well, so he ran over to the truck, and we could, we're laughing, and he's cussing and he's blowing up, and that's making it even funnier. And we know it's water based, so he's dousing himself with water. So we kind of get back to work. Well, next thing you know, we look over, he's got his shirt off, and he's hosing himself down with this stuff called cut through. So once it turns black, you could put this stuff on and like goof off type stuff. It's chemicals to get it off. Well, we look over and he's spraying it all over himself. And we're like, whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, it's turning. I got to get this off. It's like, no, even though it turns, it's going to suck, but it's just like glue in your hair. It'll eventually go away. But you're dousing yourself in chemicals. He's like, well, we use this stuff. It's like, yeah, a little bit on your hands. You're using it like deodorant and like spraying it in his ears. It's like, you got to go home now, dude. You got to go home and get a shower. Like it was funny at first. Now you're covered in chemicals.
Now I'm not laughing anymore. Right. You blew the joke.
You ruined the fun.
Yeah, exactly. We were laughing, having a good time. You didn't do that. Okay.
I thought it was okay. It's called cut through.
Yeah, the name tells
you. Once it gets past the stuff, now it's going to work on your skin, I guess.
It's not called soft push through.
Right. Yep. Good point.
Thanks, boys. I love you.
Hey, man. Thank you, brother. Thanks. What unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803-ROCK.
Oh, and the homeboy calls up and he's like, I got an answer to the question about bear spray.
Yeah.
3 times.
Sounds like his buddy's a D-bag.
Jesus. Hello, Alana. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
So, this is 1965 or 1966. My brother and I, he was a year younger. I think I was 4, he was 3. And we were in the bathtub and just, playing, whatever. And all of a sudden I saw this stream come up out of the water and my mouth opened. And literally, my brother pissed in my mouth.
No.
It was like the perfect, and I can't even remember. That's where it stopped, because I don't know if I swallowed or spit it out. That's where my memory stopped.
That means you swallowed it. All right. I feel like if you spit it out. Yeah. I'm just letting you know just how your brain works.
Just know this, though. If you are ever in a sitting body of water, whether it's a pool, if you're in a bathtub with cousins as a kid or whatever, there's pee in it.
Oh, guaranteed.
My cousin used to poop in the bathtub while we were in there.
Now, that's a little different, man.
And I mean, he would pick up the log with his hand and then throw it in the toilet.
At least he got it to the toilet, but
how do you poop in a bathtub?
I don't know.
Well, it's a kid.
Yeah, I mean, we're like 4 or 5 years old, but still.
I mean, a little kid, I understand they're going to slip. But 5, when you got to poop at 5.
It was one of those things where, get out of the house. We've been gone for 8 hours, playing in the woods and everything else. When you get to the front door, it's like, take your shoes off, take your pants off, take your socks off, take your underwear off. Both of you two are getting in the bathtub now.
Yeah.
And you just go up there, and then Daryl poops in the bathtub.
What color was that water when you got out?
I mean, it was just
brown.
It was brown because we were dirty anyway.
That's what I mean.
He just browned it up a little bit more. Now we're in hot Cocoville.
Right.
Well, at least pools and hot tubs, though, most pools have so many chemicals in it.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. That people pee in them, but there's chemicals are getting rid of.
But one difference you'll always note: if you go to a place that has a kiddie pool specifically, and then an adult pool, you get in the adult pool, there's chemicals in it. You walk to the kiddie pool, I mean, it just smells like a bottle of chlorine.
Well, it's also more shallow.
That's right, because they've accepted, no, everyone in this pool is peeing.
Yeah.
What unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hold up, we got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Hi, I'm Andrew Yang. You may remember me as being the guy who wanted to get money into the hands of millions of Americans. Well, I'm still at it, and I'm now the founder of Noble Mobile, the first carrier that pays you to use your phone less. With Noble, you get unlimited talk, text, and 5G data on the T-Mobile network, and you can earn up to $20 cash back a month for getting off your phone. Try it for just $10 a month. Go to noblemobile.com/yang10. That's noblemobile.com and use my code YANG10 to get paid to use your phone less.
Maybe you like cooking, maybe you don't. Either way, the new Blue Apron is for you. Because along with our classic meal kits, we're offering new pre-made and one-pan meals to help you get dinner on the table fast. And now there's no subscription needed, so you can just order and enjoy. Do delicious food your way. Shop 100+ meals at blueapron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Here's the thread. Have you ever sprayed a man with your breast milk by accident?
I haven't.
I have. It was a win that I could breastfeed on a plane without anyone screaming, me included. There I was on the plane, my 8-year-old son next to me, and my 3-month-old baby on my lap. A stream of my breast milk was spraying from my right breast. The milk shot out with such force, it landed on the head the head of the man in front of me. We were in economy, so he wasn't that far away, meaning I probably couldn't have pulled that off in first class, but still, who on a plane can master such a stealth straight shot? My right breast can, if you're wondering. Within seconds, I reattached my daughter, but the deed was done. Was it my fault I'd sprayed a man with breast milk? Was it my fault that he was bald and could feel the warm, unknown liquid running down his bare pate? Faults wasn't the question at this point. The point was to make sure he didn't know what had just happened. I watched in suspended alarm.
Why does she have to be like, oh, I mean, he's bald?
I think she just wants to point out, like, he definitely felt it.
Yeah.
All right.
Miles
might not know. Right. You and I and Mike, we would know. Something hit our head.
I looked up and he patted the top of my head, or his head. And then he said to my son, strange, did you feel something drop on your head? It must be air coolant. As if I know anything about air coolant. I might have said, I'm sorry about my breast milk hitting your head. Can I buy you a drink? But I doubt, honestly, that would have helped the situation. But I sure did make sure that I never sat behind a bald man on a flight again.
You know, I will say this. If she had apologized and offered to buy me a drink, water under the bridge. You offer me a drink, most of the time, water under the bridge. But Ted made a good point in the office. He said, look, as far as bodily fluids that could that are not yours that land on you, breast milk's probably tops.
Correct.
You know, there's pee, there's poop, there's blood, there's pus, there's vomit, and then there's breast milk. I would take breast milk every day of the week on that.
Not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but there is an occasional condition, and I don't know what the deal is on this, but sometimes there's like a duct underneath kind of your arm where breast milk can accumulate.
Yeah, it connects to the mammary.
Yeah, on a woman. And I might have known somebody who had this situation going on. But the deal is that you kind of need to squeeze and put pressure on that to get it out.
Yeah.
And I might have been requested to do that. You know what I mean? Just to get it out, just to be able to put the force on there with enough to just kind of...
Were you standing in front of them?
No, to the side.
Okay.
But it was still amazing, man. It's like having a super soaker.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like... Our question, what unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Nicholas. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
What's happening?
How are you?
I'm alive, and I just wanted to say kudos to the gal, that female Pee Wee Herman, the guy on the airplane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll just let you reattach your kid real quick to make it look like nothing happened.
Yeah, even more kudos. It was a stealth job for sure.
So what'd you get on you or in you?
So I took a little quick weekend trip to Portland, Oregon about a decade ago, and we stayed at this really nice, it was like an older, like Embassy Suites, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It was a several-hour drive over there, me, a friend, and his brother. And, of course, when we get to the hotel, the first thing we all three have to do is use the can. So I go in first, come out, realize that this Embassy Suites has, like, all the, like, the chocolates, the waters, like, all the, like, welcome to our hotel, here's your stuff. I was so thirsty, I just took that Smart Water, cracked off the top, and just started chugging from it. Buddy comes out of the can and says, "Who just drank this water?" And I looked at him and said, "I did. I was thirsty." And he goes, "Man, I'm really sorry." I said, "You're sorry? Well, why?" And at the bottom of this water bottle, like I left like a 1 or 2 chugs left, was the nastiest, like lung butter ridden loogie I've ever seen.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and it took me a minute. I had to put myself in a mental timeout and think about it.
Did you throw up under the thing? Why did he just blow one in the water bottle?
I don't know. I was too fixated on going in and taking a whiz, but
But
so
this
many
was
things I thought
yeah, they
about.
still had
But
water.
this
This was one of the water bottles that was provided by the hotel. So he cracked the top and spit a loogie in an otherwise unopened bottle of water.
Yeah, unless he took a sip first and then used it, because he's like big into like tobacco and stuff like that. So I mean, I think he was just, it's like what he does at home or something. So he just cracked it open, spit in it, and you know, silly me, I was thirsty after a 5.5-hour drive in a tiny Volvo. That yeah, it was it was nasty, man. And ever since then, I can't stop thinking about, you know, every time I drink a glass of water, I got to look at it first.
I was going to say, is that image just burned in your head?
Honestly, the particular image of the loogie slowly like swirling in the bottom of the bottle, yeah, man, it wasn't good.
Look, hey, Jolene, why does the swirl make it worse? Because you're right. If it were just like a lump on the bottom, you go, man, that's gross. But there's something about just seeing it slow. And if it's moving fast, it's not as gross. There's something about that slow twirl.
Well, just when you don't expect it. Because like Jolene, one day at work, she drank someone's tobacco spit out of a can. All right?
Correct.
In my birthday party, I'll never forget this.
I mean, again, there was a can.
But you can't see in a can. And that's why I always pour stuff in a glass, because what happened to me, my birthday party, I had a big K-Cola outside, and my friends over, took a big swig of it.
K-Cola.
Well, I mean, they're
living, brother.
We were living large.
Yeah.
You don't spend money on kids.
That was what, the 3-gallon jug of a...
Well, these were individual cans.
Ah, okay.
You know what I mean? In a bucket. But no money was spent, trust me. But, yeah, those would be in there, and it just got in my mouth and stung the inside of my cheek. And, you know, I spit it out, no big deal. My cheek swelled up to, the size of a tennis ball on one side. And after that point in time, I was like, I need to see what I'm drinking at all times. Now, if it's a glass bottle, like a beer, like a Miller High Life or whatever, no problem. But with a can, I've got to pour it out.
What if it's a brown bottle? Because my father, and he's done it since I've been alive.
Inside, I'm fine with. Like if I go next door to the thing and buy like a Diet Dr. Pepper or whatever, I have no problem if I crack it in here. I know I'm good to go.
But I'm saying my father.
I feel pretty safe at this point. Like you're inside, it's winter in Seattle.
Exactly.
The chance of having a bee fly in.
Right, we're not real buggy on it.
But ever since childhood, my father, and like I always noticed it, but I never thought about it because it just always did it. He didn't open anything, and his hand just rested on top of the bottle all the time. And maybe 20 years ago, he's finally like, oh, we're at a family reunion or something. But and he brought the story up over Christmas. But same thing, a bee, it was not him, but whoever this relative was, the bee flew into this guy's bottle. The guy took a sip, spit it out through the bottle. And as my father says, when we said, what is going on, before the guy could finish the sentence, a bee stung me. He's like, it was like an airbag. It's like the guy's lips.
It's incredible. Look, again, this is my birthday party. My buddy blew out my candles. I will never forget. I had a bag of ice on my face. My lips were smelling. I'm going, because I was so numb. I was like, my buddy's like, I got you. I'm like, you blew out my candles.
But you couldn't blow them out, man.
Well, I was going to keep trying. Yeah, exactly.
How old were you?
I was probably 9, 10 years old. Somewhere in there, You know what I wanted, Ted? I wanted a McDonald's birthday party. I remember this to this day. I wanted a big jug of orange
drink,
a couple hamburgers for everybody and French fries. But no.
I never got one.
We had to do a hot dog thing in the backyard,
No, I never gave my kids a McDonald's birthday party, but they never asked.
I don't even know if they still do that.
I don't know if they do either, but that was,
Really?
when I was a kid, that was like a massive thing.
Yeah, if you could get that, man, you're.
Well, when I was working at a basketball camp, they had like a little kids camp on the side.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'd go in there to get like extra balls or whatever, the equipment room, and they had that McDonald's jug of orange drink.
How much did you drink?
Oh, yeah. I would always have a couple cups of it.
Got to. What unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803-ROD.
Hello, Paul. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
So, let me set the stage a little bit. I'm in a local motorcycle club, Damaged Brothers MC. Check out our Facebook page. We do lots of good charity work for cancer.
Awesome.
And we have road names. So my name's Paul, but my road name is Switch, and I'm using road names in this story. So last summer, one of the other fellow members of my club, his name is Boots, and me and a friend from another club, his name is Rockwell. The three of us are riding to South Dakota for Sturgis. So we're headed out I-90. I think Vantage, we caught some really heavy stop-and-go construction traffic. So Rockwell's in the front left. We're in the left lane, right? Rockwell's in the front left. Boots is right next to him, and I'm splitting the two right behind him. So I didn't really see what was happening at first, but there was one of those disposable coffee cups, like a Dutch Bros, the clear plastic cups.
Yeah.
That was sitting kind of on the left side of our lane with it had clearly been full of a clear liquid. There's a puddle there and just a wet cup sitting there. And I see Rockwell kind of scooting up there on his bike. You know, he's got his wife on the back seat, and he's kind of leaning down. I'm like, what is he doing? And then he picks up that cup and he puts it in his mouth, like between his teeth. And so I'm like, oh man, he's going to I think he knows who threw it out the window, and he's going to bring it back to them. And so sure enough, he puts the cup in his teeth, he puts his bike in first gear, and he motors up next to the car that's in front of him. And I can't hear anything. I see a little talking. He's telling this person, roll your window down, then there's talking. And then he throws the cup in the car. And I was like, oh, that's funny, you know. Well, we get to Moses Lake, our next stop, and I'm talking to Rockwell's wife. And I said, that was funny that he threw that cup back in that window. She goes, oh, you don't know half of it. Apparently, he pulled up with the cup in his mouth. He motioned, like, roll your window down, and it was some college-age girl. And she rolls her window down. She's just petrified. And he says, you know you shouldn't litter, especially not in front of motorcycles. And she's just frozen, and she's staring at him, and he's holding the cup in his hand now. And she just goes, I peed in that.
Oh. little road bomb action.
She was well hydrated, you could tell.
Yeah, I bet so. Jesus. Typically, you do that. Well, I guess with women it's different, but guys, a Gatorade bottle is always the go-to.
Yeah, I don't think a Gatorade bottle is helping women out.
When I was in the Boy Scouts, we did one of those clean up the highway deals because our troops sponsored like a mile of road or whatever the deal is. And that's all you see. Well, you pick up other trash, but you have no idea how many pea grenades are on the side of an interstate.
Fist bombs?
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to
peed on the side of I-90 once, like,
surrounded
just
by
in the
people.
middle of nowhere, and we just pulled off. And I was like, oh, my God.
They're everywhere.
They're just trucking these things out the window.
Yeah. What, unfortunately, got in you or on you? 206-803-ROD.
Way of the road.
But why? I feel like once you pee, assuming you still have the top to it.
Because you don't want to keep it in your car, I guess?
I know, but when you have the lid on it, like, guys, we can just put it in a trash can. I can't imagine saying, all right, I peed in the bottle, now I'm going to throw the bottle out. Because at that point, like, pull over to the side of I'd rather just pee outside of the car on the side of the road than pee in a bottle and then throw the bottle out of the window. Maybe that's just a me thing, but, like, man, if you're going to just end up with the pee outside, how about just pee outside? It's fine.
You're not wrong. The only thing, I just assume if you're driving an 18-wheeler, it's during the day, you don't want to pull
Fair
over,
enough.
so you peed in it, then it's nighttime, and you're like, screw it, I'm just chucking it out the window.
Just save the bottle till you find the trash can. That's all I'm saying. It is kind of funny, but not that funny.
It's gross.
Hello, Noah. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I used to be a professional bull rider, and on top of getting my ribs stomped out and broken, I ended up with bull dung going down my throat.
So you've had your ribs crushed, but the thing that bugs you is bull dung going down your throat.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems fair. How do you end up in a situation where a bull poops in your mouth?
Well, they're not the cleanest animals.
Sure.
And so there's always a little bit left over when they put them in the bucking chutes, and I got thrown off the back, and I'm looking, as soon as I hit the ground, I look up and I can see hooves and nuts coming towards me. So
it's got to be a sight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unforgettable, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I believe you.
And
burned in my eyes.
My tongue fell down.
Oh, my God. Okay. That's great.
And then the poop falls out.
I mean, even if you had a cage in the front, it still would have shot through it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What was your final straw for the bull riding? Is it the injuries? You just age out of it, or what?
I wouldn't say I've aged out of it. I'm only 26, but it was definitely the injuries kind of catching up with me. You know, I always joke around that I'm even though I'm 26 years old, I got the back of an 85-year-old.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. How many times have you been concussed?
None that I can remember.
That's good.
Well, that might be a lot.
I'm not sure how to answer that.
I know, that's a weird result. None that I can remember.
Yeah, no.
So, what do you do when you're done with bull riding? I mean, what does that parlay into? What's the next job?
Well, right now I'm working for a tire warehouse, so it doesn't really translate into anything.
All right.
I was hoping to get a job on a ranch being a working cowboy, but that never worked out.
Really? I mean, look, I don't know anything about the ranching world, but I feel like if I looked at someone's resume, I'm like, okay, this guy can deal with animals.
I just don't know how many ranches there are anymore to work on.
I know, but with that in mind,
In Western Washington, there's not a lot of ranches at all.
Fair. All right. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Kind of like, I can't remember who it was, but somebody kind of dressed in disguise when karaoke was starting out, but they're the actual singer of the song.
All right.
Went up there and knocked it out, looking like they're like the guy who looks like he's 80 years old and just plays hoops.
Right, then he pulls off all the makeup and it's LeBron
he's dunking
James.
And stuff, yeah. It was kind of one of those deals, but it was actually a singer in whatever band it was. But could the same hold true with you, like as far as like a mechanical bull bar? You know what I mean? Like if they had one of those and they had like a contest one night, could you go in there and just kick everyone's ass?
No, because the mechanical bulls are nothing like real bulls. You know, the real bulls, they can... they go in more of a circle instead of just spinning around. So they actually travel around instead of just pivoting on a point.
So it's just a different technique.
It's a much different technique. I'm horrible at the mechanical bulls. I mean, I was never any good as a bull rider, but...
So the only way you can actually practice then is to get on an actual bull, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, wow. That'd be a hard sport to start out.
Yeah, like how do you start out? Are you mutton racing first and all that kind of thing? Like what's the time?
Mutton busted.
Sorry, the first time you decide to sit on
doing that. A lot of guys start out doing the mutton busting. I didn't. I just said, let's get on a bull. Let's try it as a bucket list thing, and fell in love with it. And
what was it about it that you liked? I'm just curious. I mean, look, as a spectator, it's fascinating to watch, but at the same time, I can say that is something I never want to do.
It was the amount of technique and the challenge behind it. It was a definite reality check when I got bucked off my very first bull. But
did you ever have to jump?
Learning and constantly improving.
Did you ever have to jump in a barrel?
No, that was not me.
Those are the clowns.
Well, I don't know, man. Hey, if I saw a barrel and, man, that thing's coming after me and nobody's there to help me, I'm jumping in the barrel.
But in theory, generally, like, when he gets bucked off, those clowns start grabbing the bull or getting the bull to pay attention.
That's when the clowns come in.
And that's when the clowns got to hide in those barrels because the bull's charging them, and the rider usually could just run off.
I was going to ask, any of the guys that you ever worked with that are the clowns, right? Because their job is to distract an angry bull. Are any of them normal? Like, you know, when you're done for the day and everyone can sit down and have a drink, like, are any of them just normal people?
Could you be a clown?
Yeah, dude, they just call their wife and kids.
Not the ones I worked with.
Yeah, I can't believe you're sane and do that job.
I was watching bull riding like last weekend or the weekend before. This one clown was getting messed up.
Yes!
And then he just, like, unlike the riders, like, he just had to stay out there.
Right.
And he's like, it's fine.
I'm a clown.
Like, I don't think it's fine at all, my man.
Now, that's a clown you're not scared of, right?
Oh, no. Rodeo clowns are mad.
I got more.
Those are studs. I'm not scared of that.
I got two more questions.
Drink a beer with them.
Do you only wear Wrangler jeans?
Yes.
Okay. Second question. Why do they have to be clowns? Like, what is the history behind this?
Yeah, because they dress like
NFL referee crew. If they dressed up as clowns, you go, what's going on out here? So why do they have? I mean, I could see them in stripes, and, like refereeing, and like But why do they have to look like clowns?
The actual clown is just there to entertain the crowd and hop in the barrel when it comes time for the bull riding.
Yeah.
But the bull fighters, which is what you guys are kind of referring to with the clowns, is they just wear the makeup just to, add a little bit of theater to it.
Okay. Because a bull chasing a human being is not theater enough.
Yeah. Ted, you're terrified of clowns. When you went to the bull riding, were you like, oh, no, clowns everywhere?
No.
You're not scared of bull riding clowns or bull clowns?
No, because they're
different. It's a different
and there's 1,000-pound beast running around there. Like the clown thing kind of went out the window at that point.
Yeah, that's okay. Good point. Miles, speaking of officials dressing like clowns, now I've put this before my brother. He does not know what the punishment would be, but he does believe he'd lose his job. So I said, look, man, when he was here in December, I said, you guys make all these calls, right? But when I look at you guys, I add humor because there's little things I think you should do before you make the actual call. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, look, you call the safety. Right? Ted, make the safety motion. Before you announce, say, I'm a little teacup and safety, blah, 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 right? I was like, why couldn't you do that if it's false start? Just open with, like, do the hustle. False start. I'm like, dude, why can't...
He would get fired.
But why?
It's not professional.
Why is it... Technically, being professional simply means you get paid for your job. They're paying you. You are a professional. I'm like, you just add a little levity, right? Because the crowd's going to boo you no matter what. At least add a little levity, right? So I'm a little teacup, safety. You're still making the call. It's maybe a second and a half, 2 seconds of speech time. And I'm telling you, the players are loving it.
People only remember referees when they break character. He's down there giving them the business.
Right, when they're so mad they can't think of what to say.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. What unfortunately got in you or got on you? 206-803-ROCK.
I'm done with subscriptions. Streaming, fitness, razors, vitamins. I've got subscriptions for everything in my life. They lock you in, and half the time, I can't figure out how to unsubscribe. That's why I'm so excited about the new Blue Apron. Now you can get delicious meals delivered with no subscription needed, including new pre-made options. Keep the flavor. Ditch the subscription. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Hi, I'm Andrew Yang. You may remember me as being the guy who wanted to get money into the hands of millions of Americans. Well, I'm still at it, and I'm now the founder of Noble Mobile, the first carrier that pays you to use your phone less. With Noble, you get unlimited talk, text, and 5G data on the T-Mobile network, and you can earn up to $20 cash back a month for getting off your phone. Try it for just $10 a month. Go to noblemobile.com/yang10. That's noblemobile.com and use my code YANG10 to get paid to use your phone less.
The mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
We will celebrate National Smith Day coming up with Sit and Spin.
Well, Ted will.
It's all about the Smiths. Play a little game of Guess the Smith.
All right.
With Taryn and Steve from the Daily Binks Morning Show. That's right.
Will we be hearing from D. Ted Smith?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Do you have a speech prepared?
Just happy to be here. I speak for all the Smiths. We say, stop saying our name is plain.
Okay.
It's not our fault. We're popular.
Would it be better if we said common?
Because I guess you're right.
Common sounds better. I mean, even the rapper goes by common, not plain.
Right.
Yeah, I'm playing as,
Yeah, but Common still as a rap name doesn't even sound very good.
Well, he's a cool dude.
It's just like being like Average.
It is. I mean, that's Common. Common.
I'm DJ Average.
But he's cool as hell. That's what I like about him. He's a very uncommon man. But he goes back up. But Plain, like, bro, if your name's Plain, that's just, Like Taylor Swift could go by Plain. I know she's super popular, but her music, just Plain.
Plain bagel's good.
It's fine.
Plain pizza's pretty good.
Plain pizza.
But it's still a cheese pizza. You
When's
don't call it a plain pizza.
Bagel with nothing on it.
Well, I mean, cream cheese and butter.
Well, see?
I didn't eat it actually. I still ate it.
You got to spice it up.
Right.
It's like a plain piece of toast, and there's no butter on that.
That's what I'm saying. Whereas you get a plain cheese slice, you eat it. You go, oh, it's still good.
But it's called the cheese pizza. It doesn't even say plain. It doesn't say pizza or plain.
Even
a
plain potato chip has salt on it.
Yeah.
You can buy the unsalted. Nobody wants to eat them.
That's right.
Now you're just eating a potato.
Sit and spin coming up at 4:30. Our question, what unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Corey. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hola.
Hey, so I was the one that texted in about getting the OC or the pepper spray right on the tip of your boys.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit more to this story, and it was just too good with what I've been hearing. So I'll try to keep it kind of short. I was in the Reserve Police Academy about 10 years ago. It's a volunteer thing you do unpaid, but you got to do it to be a Reserve Police officer. So they don't tell you you got to go through a lot of the same stuff. So you had to get pepper sprayed and tased. Taser, not that bad. Pepper spray, terrible. And what they do is they use the expired stuff first. And all expired means it's lost its compression, so it doesn't spray as good. So I'm up first. They do it. I don't really feel anything. I'm like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. I'm like, no, dude, it hit you on your chest and down all the way to your boys. We got to do it again. So they spray me again. And within a couple of minutes, it is one of the most painful things because we have to hold our eyes open. So you're getting hit directly in the eyeballs. And it's one of the worst things. Like imagine eating like Tim's jalapeno chips and then rubbing that directly on your eyes.
But see, I wouldn't do that because that's stupid. And so my question, why do you guys, what is it so that you know how painful it is, or do they think you're going to build up some tolerance?
I think it's a little bit of, I think part of it's like so you know what you're doing to somebody else, right? But the other thing is, like everybody, their stories, when it sprays, it a lot of times comes back on you. So part of the thing they run you through is you have to read an ID, you have to fight somebody, you have to cuff somebody after being sprayed. So I think it's really to kind of teach you that you can fight through it and, make the scene safer.
Okay, now that said, having endured that, do you agree with that assessment? Like, I could just fight through this and still read your ID, etc.
Guys, I've been doing it 10 years, never pulled out my pepper spray because I don't ever want to do it again.
Okay. Actually, to your point, I was reading a story earlier today as we were prepping for the question. I don't remember where this happened, but there were two cops, and they are dealing with a physical suspect. So he's wrestling with them and all that. So the one cop pulls out his spray to spray the suspect, misses the suspect, and takes out his partner. Yeah.
He better have thought him a beer after that.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
And so when you get done, they have you go in a dunk tank, but they don't want you to like really scrub because then it spreads it around. So you basically dunk just to get all the residual off of you. Then they had us wait a couple hours and they're like, go ahead and drive home. What's this bright sunny day and I can't keep my eyes open? My buddy's with me. So we were literally taking turns watching the road while one of us closed our eyes and then co-piloting for the other person. It was terrible.
Had he been sprayed too? Was he also sprayed? He's part of the whole thing?
He was. And so it's like, okay, you hold your eyes open for 20 seconds, and then I'll hold mine for 20 seconds, and then we'll,
You would think, like going in for a colonoscopy, that you would need to have someone there to drive you home at the end.
Right.
One of those basic rules.
For OC day.
Right. Yeah, you would think so.
Well, and then they tell you to go home, and they're like, hey, shower to get the rest off, give it a while, but to take a paper bag and wrap it around your boys. Okay, great. Problem is when they sprayed me the first time and missed, it got across my chest and down my boys. So that water activated it. So it was literally like somebody was holding a lighter to my nipples and my guy. It was the worst secondary reaction. I was miserable.
So you were unaware that it had made contact with the stuff until you stepped in the shower?
Correct, until water made contact, and then I was very aware. Very, very aware.
And how long does that pain last? How long does the burn last?
So some of us were like, oh, dude, I was fine that evening. Some of us, it was literally like 24 hours. So to top it off, I went to sleep that night, and I woke up and had a dream that my house was on fire.
It was. Your house was on fire.
Reactivated. Under those covers, it was like my legs were burning, my nipples, and everything else. It's funny, but it was truly one of the.
You had a dream that your house was on fire because it burned.
I know your nipples are more sensitive than the rest of your chest, but you keep bringing up the nipples. Was it really concentrated to the nipples specifically?
Oh, dude, it was like somebody had 3 hands and was holding one a lighter to each nipple and one downstairs. Like it's for anybody out. This is my one word of advice for anybody out there. If you're ever dealing with the cops and you're going to get pepper sprayed, just lay down and comply. Like I would rather be tased 10 times again than ever pepper sprayed.
Yeah, the water thing I didn't know either. So I got pepper sprayed, but it was like on my shoulder.
Yeah,
like my forearm. So same thing. By the time I got home, I was like, oh, I'll just take a shower and get this off. And then it just felt like like he's saying, like your flesh is burning. And then I called a friend who knows this kind of stuff, and he was like, tell me you didn't get it wet. I was like, I just got out of the shower. And he's like, yeah.
Nothing we can do now.
So I know with tear gas, a lot of people will bring milk, right? Like if it gets in their eyes, would that help?
Milk is for the pepper spray, I think.
But it's always in their eyes. Would it help?
Correct.
On your shoulders, right?
I guess maybe. I didn't even think about it. To me, how water would activate it more seems crazy.
So you figure you're washing it off.
Correct.
Logically.
Well, I would think, like in Seattle, that's got to be extraordinarily worse than most normal places. On a day like this, right? Which is going to be our winter until what? Frickin' June. It's going to rain every day. So I'm just wondering if you get pepper sprayed on average in Seattle and you're outdoors, and then the rain comes down, does that make it worse? As you go, the cop pepper sprays you, it's raining, then they get you down on the ground.
The milk is definitely for the pepper spray.
Right.
And then, because I was living on Capitol Hill during that time. But I want to say you got to use like baking soda or something to get all the tear gas out of your apartments. Because there was so much tear gas they were using that it was like
into your apartment.
It was seeping into all those apartment buildings.
Damn.
So like my QFC, they were like, oh, we don't have anything. Because everybody ran there to buy stuff to kind
all we have is pepper.
Yeah.
What unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803-ROCK.
I also saw a guy once try to shoplift a whole chicken from that store.
A whole chicken?
Raw chicken.
Where did he put it? Packaging, I hope? But
it was a homeless dude. I'm just like, where is he going to cook this?
Where are you going to cook it, man?
Right? Like stealing a chicken that's already cooked. Fabulous.
Or a rotisserie when it's already done.
That's what I'm saying. But just
did you tell him? Like, brother, listen, I'm not judging you on the shoplifting. Grab a rotisserie chicken. You're going to hurt yourself.
When I see you on the sidewalk cooking this thing, I'll be like, he's got a pigeon.
Right.
To this day, I'm just like,
he killed a duck, dude.
How did he
went down the sewer and got a duck.
How did he plan on cooking this?
He didn't think it through.
No.
Yeah, just like dude, don't steal the raw chicken.
Right, it was a whole oven roaster.
Yeah, it needs to be in there for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, they just dropped down like his sweatshirt. I was like, this guy's insane.
And nobody wants it back. Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
All right, so like you got to kind of picture first, like not the very first, but like one of your first high school parties.
All right.
And we're doing this as like we're partying at a friend's house and his parents are out of town, and so a bunch of us like crashed there. And the next morning, a buddy was digging through a bag of chips, and he said, some of these chips are soggy. And I had put my hand in that bag of chips and felt the soggy chip and thrown it down the night before, and he was just grubbing on them. And
soggy potato chips.
Yeah, they were like corn chips, like tortilla chips.
Oh man,
was he drunk?
Well, we were drunk the night before, and he was like hungover.
All right.
So another buddy he heard this, and he just rolls over off the couch, and he said, "Yeah, I puked in those," and he rolled back.
Oh, he puked in it?
He puked in the bag of chips the night before. And so, yeah, my buddy was just sitting there grubbing on chips with extra salsa.
Oh, God.
Dip responsibly.
Pretty gnarly, yeah.
Yeah, look, man, puking, even if it were just water.
Dip responsibly.
Even just the idea of a soggy chip.
Yeah, like something, if you reach into a bag of chips and it's soggy, like something should have
so gross.
Yeah, pull your hand out quick.
Right.
I would never think to eat it. Like, they're soggy, but I'm going to eat it.
Here's French onion dip, right? Sometimes a chip will get like broken off and down at a party, you know what I mean? Like, and you can't see it, but it's getting soggy in the French onion dip.
It's still gross.
And then you have your fresh chip, and you dip it, and you don't even realize that soggy chip. You just put it on your new chip, and you start chewing. You're like, soggy chip.
Yeah, I spit it out. And look, I know it's just soggy with dip, but soggy chips, I will never be able to make that okay in my mouth.
Yeah.
I don't care why it's soggy. If it's a chip and it's soggy, I can't do it.
Also, Miles, people, if you break a chip off in the French onion dip, I don't know. It's like the Army Rangers. You don't leave a chip.
You got to go in there.
You got to rescue it with a bigger chip.
You got to get that out.
Another chip.
Get the chip out.
Because you did it.
Right, no chip left behind.
It's like being a lifeguard.
Yeah.
What unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Ron. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
I got a bottle cap I swallowed out of a beer, and it got stuck in my esophagus.
How long was it stuck in your esophagus?
Well, we were having a party. I just got done surfing with my buddy, and we had a big swell down San Diego, so we were all stoked and going to go barbecue some steaks and drink some beers. Well, the cooler ran down. We lived in a condo that was 3 stories, had a big courtyard in the back, and he had left to go get more beer and left a half one there. Well, I wasn't going to run all the way back upstairs to get into another beer, so I swallowed his beer and it had a ball cap in it, and it got wedged into the bottom of my esophagus, and they had to put me under, burn it out, and let it drop in my stomach, and then recover it with some kind of claw.
Ooh,
and
Jesus.
Yeah.
So it was past the point where obviously your lung function is still fine.
Right.
So you haven't blocked that. So you can still breathe, but now you can't really swallow anything.
I could breathe, but it was like a pain in my chest. And then, of course, we had all my friends over. We were drinking, and all of them, and none of them had been to med school, but they all had a solution.
Of
so
course,
yeah. Shots of olive oil, drinking shots of olive oil, eating food, trying to wedge it down. At about 3 a.m, I woke my wife up. I'm like, we got to go. We got to go to the hospital. It's starting to get.
But how did when you explain to your wife why you have to go to the hospital, does she just give you that look that wives give you?
No, she was one of the ones coming up with solutions.
Okay.
All right.
I see. Okay, well, let me ask you this.
As hard as everyone else.
I'm trying to rack my brain here to figure out how a bottle cap, you were able to swallow it. Did you try to bite the cap off with a twist?
No, the cap, he had bent the cap in half and shoved it into his bottle.
Oh, follow you. Okay.
Didn't want to litter, whatever the case may be. But yeah, my wife was fully aware of what a retard I was before this happened.
I can't believe a folded cap would not go down. You know, it must have got stuck just in the perfect
But if it went
way.
sideways.
Right.
As it's going down, if it goes sideways, then it's still the same width. I like that, though. He didn't want to
I had
litter.
a lot of tissue in my esophagus, so it latched onto that, and it wouldn't go into my stomach. So my concern was, if it did go in my stomach, how easy is this thing going to pass?
I was going to ask, is it almost better that the thing got stuck and you had to go to the hospital? Because, I mean, you think about the teeth on a bottle cap.
You could have torn your intestine or something.
That's what I'm saying. I do not want that thing going through my intestines and then shooting out of my anus
or like
and
just a
ripping me
scrape
up.
all the way down your poop chute or whatever the deal.
That's what I'm saying. I'd almost rather go to the hospital with that.
What unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803-ROCK.
Tonight's meal, tilapia surprise with boiled cabbage. Begin cooking steps 1 through 50 now.
Are you kidding me? Making dinner shouldn't feel like doing a 1,000-piece puzzle. With Blue Apron's new one-pan assemble and bake meals, the hard part's already done. Pre-chopped ingredients, zero stress. Just assemble, bake, and enjoy. No complicated steps, no mountain of dishes. Try Assemble and Bake today. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Hi, I'm Andrew Yang. You may remember me as being the guy who wanted to get money into the hands of millions of Americans. Well, I'm still at it, and I'm now the founder of Noble Mobile, the first carrier that pays you to use your phone less. With Noble, you get unlimited talk, text, and 5G data on the T-Mobile network, and you can earn up to $20 cash back a month for getting off your phone. Try it for just $10 a month. Go to noblemobile.com/yang10. That's noblemobile.com and use my code YANG10 to get paid to use your phone less.
Hello, Tanner. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola.
Okay, so I work at a wastewater treatment plant.
Uh-oh.
So pretty much, yeah, it's kind of crazy when I start talking about it. People are, because it's so, I'm so used to it, and it's like some people, it kind of throws them off, but we had to pull a pump out of a wet well. So that's right where all the sewage goes at a lift station. The lift stations are little stations all around the city that pump the sewage back to the main treatment plant. So we were working at a lift station, and we pulled the pump up to replace a part on the pump, and it's covered in the goo and slime and everything. And I don't really process what it is. I just kind of think of it as like mud or sometimes cookie dough is the way I think of it.
Okay.
And but we pull this pump up, and it's just covered in the slime. And we have to remove the bottom section of the pump, what's called the volute. And we unbolt it, and I'm taking a dead blow hammer to try and tap it off. And I wasn't really thinking, and my first swing hits the side of the pump that's got all that goo on it, and it just sprays all over my face and in my mouth. Oh, man, forgot. I've only been doing this now. I worked on submarines before this, but I've only been doing this since July. So I was like, okay, lesson learned there. And, it didn't really bother me. And then kind of towards later, I was talking to the lead mechanic, and then he told me, he's like, you do realize, though, you are covered in whatever it was flushed down a toilet.
Sure.
So it could be semen, could be menstruation, it could be, and once you started listing off all the
cocaine,
things,
could be a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you rather have a poop sprayed in your face, swinging a hammer, or be back down in a submarine?
Probably poops swung in my face.
Okay.
Well, that says a lot for working on a sub, doesn't it? Jesus Christ, man.
So is that why Fremont's all torn up? Isn't that what they're doing? They're trying to put a new route to the pump station?
Oh, no, I wouldn't know about that. This is for the great city of Bremerton.
Okay. Got it.
Bremerton poop.
I know our...
A lot of semen.
I know our neighborhood is all torn up, and I know it's all about waters and pumps and stations and all that crap. So they've been working on that for years.
Did you lose water maybe about a week ago? Or something? You might not have been home, but I had been doing something. I don't remember. I had the water on, and then when I went to turn the water back on, it's just not there. So all I said to my wife is, I said, look, I'm going to walk down to the street. If the street is torn up, I'm okay with this, because that means I don't have to pay for it. If they're not doing anything on the street and we got a problem in the house, I'm going to burn this bitch to the ground, because I'm fed up and in a bad mood. Sure enough, the construction they've been doing for the last 175 years connected to this light rail stop. So they hit something or whatever the case was. But what I like is when I'm walking down there, both of my other neighbors are there. Hey, man, is your water working? I said, it's not. I'm sure it's something on the street. It was something on the street. I'm like, man, I wish they would just let us know if they're going to work on it. Because I said, I guarantee you someone's in the middle of a shower or whatever they're doing. About 30 minutes after the water went out, then we all get the text. Like, ding, hey, just so you know, your water might be shut off for a while. We're like, well, we know. Yeah. It's been 30 freaking minutes, man. We know this. It was only
Somebody
on for like
hit
an hour. That's what I think.
That doesn't sound like a planned stoppage.
No, not 30 minutes after the fact. Your water might go off. Like,
what unfortunately got in you or on you? 206-803-ROCK.
Oh, heads up, dude.
Yeah, water might go off. Hello, Anya. Speaking of which, you might get Anya.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola. So my story begins in the beginning of 2024. I started having severe abdominal pain. I mean, it was just incredibly, really, really painful. So I went to the doctor, the gastroenterologist, and they didn't really find anything. They said, okay, they did an ultrasound. They said, okay, you have gallstones, but it didn't go away. So during from May 2024, the whole summer, I was getting really weak. I lost a lot of weight, and I didn't understand. So I had a blood test in the end of September, and then I got a call October 1st. Early in the morning, he said, "You need to go to the emergency room right now and get a blood transfusion because your iron level is really dangerously low." Because I live in a 2-story house, and I couldn't even walk up my stairs without even taking a rest. That's how weak I was. I was just so anemic. So I went to the hospital, and they did a CT scan. They found a tumor in my right ascending colon because they wanted to find out where I'm losing blood. And I was having blood in my stool, but I didn't know it because it was very little. And so they said, okay, you need to have a colonoscopy. So I had a colonoscopy, and I did have anesthesia because I never had one. So that was kind of rough. And they found the tumor. And so what happened was I said, okay, I'm not doing radiation or chemotherapy. So there's this new therapy called monoclonal antibody immune therapy. And what it does is it attacks the cancer cells or the tumor cells, and it acts like an army, and it blocks the cells from metastasizing to the other body organs. So I had that this year in January of 2025, and it killed the tumor, and it shrunk the tumor. So my tumor was like about 6 centimeters, which I don't know how much that is in inches, like a couple inches or something. So it shrunk the tumor so much that this in like end of April, it left. What happened was I started getting abdominal pain again. And so I went to the hospital, and they did another CT scan, and they found that the tumor shrunk so much that it left a gap in my colon. I had a hole in my colon, a perforation, and feces and pus was leaking into my abdomen.
God.
So I know. So I had to go to the emergency. I had to get an emergency surgery, and they took the surgeon cut out 20 centimeters of my right ascending colon, and they couldn't put my intestines back, so I had to have an ileostomy, which is where they cut a hole in my lower right side of the of my abdomen, of my so the waste, the poop can come out through in a bag. Mm-hmm. So I had to have a pouch where my waste products came out through. So I had to heal, and so this past October, they did a takedown surgery where they reconnected my intestines so I can have a normal bowel movement. And so, I'm all healthy. I gained my weight. When I lost weight, I was 112 pounds.
Yeah.
My normal weight was 145. And I was like really skeletal, and now I'm healthy again.
Oh, good.
I weigh 143. Yeah, so I mean,
I'm going to be honest with you. Everything you told me has turned me on. I had to take off my pants. There's blood on my stool. There is pus in my colon, and I'm pooping in a bag. And I'm like, you might be the dream girl that I've always been looking for.
Taryn Daly, Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show coming up. We'll sit and spin. It is National Smith Day. We will celebrate with Guess the Smith. And we've got your emails coming up next in the men's room at KISW.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Hi, I'm Andrew Yang, former presidential candidate and champion of getting more money into the hands of millions of Americans. I want to tell you about our new company, Noble Mobile, which is the first phone carrier that pays you to use your phone less. Did you know Verizon and AT&T paid out $18 billion in dividends to shareholders last year? That's money they make by overcharging you for data. Noble changes all that. You get unlimited everything on the T-Mobile network. Plus, when you use your phone less, you get up to $20 in cash back each month, and we give you a 5.5% interest rate on it. Most importantly, Noble members use their phones 17% less each month because, hey, people like money. And as a listener to this show, you can try Noble for just $10 if you visit noblemobile.com and use the code YANG10. Stop overpaying for your data. Go to noblemobile.com/yang10 and start getting paid to use your phone less today.
Maybe you like cooking. Maybe you don't. Either way, the new Blue Apron is for you. Because along with our classic meal kits, we're offering new pre-made and one-pan meals to help you get dinner on the table fast. And now there's no subscription needed, so you can just order and enjoy. Do delicious food your way. Shop 100+ meals at blueapron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Just got a new puppy or kitten? Congrats. But also, yikes. Between crates, beds, toys, treats, and those first few vet visits, you've probably already dropped a small fortune, which is where Lemonade Pet Insurance comes in. It helps cover vet costs so you can focus on what's best for your new pet. The coverage is customizable, sign-up is quick and easy, and your claims are handled in as little as 3 seconds. Pro tip, Lemonade offers a package specifically for puppies and kittens. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet. Your future self will thank you. Your pet won't. They don't know what insurance is.
Huddle up. We got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
We'll be joined momentarily by the Daily Bigs Morning Show. Once again, we'll sit and spin. It is National Smith Day. We'll celebrate with Guess the Smith. But first, time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Guys, could you please help wish our son Blayton a very happy 13th birthday? You're now an official teenager. You drive us crazy, but we love you anyways. He loves F1. So could Coach Ted hype him up in preparation for the start of the new season in March? Maybe throw in a fart montage because he's a 13-year-old boy who thinks that's funny.
It is funny. He's right.
Thanks, guys. That's from Dad, Mom, and Chasen. I hit the wrong one. Hold on.
Wow.
Yeah,
all right.
Scary.
Different kind of speech.
All right, first of all, happy birthday. Congrats on being a teenager. Look, I'm with you. Could be a fun, exciting year. They changed some of the rules. No more DRS. Rest in peace. My bold prediction, my guy, Pierre Gasly, Alpine, finally done with that stupid French engine. Now they got a Mercedes engine in there. I think they will be better. And then also, you have a couple new car this year, Cadillac. You want a new American team. Yeah, Cadillac and F1 this year.
It'll be a very nice ride.
Yes.
It'll be nice. They got Sergio Perez. Checo.
All guys, want to wish my amazing wife, Jessica, a very happy 48th birthday today. Can we get a bong rip, some dirty dad jokes, and the captain talking about her amazing ass? Maybe the dirty Germans talking about what I'm going to do to her tonight. I'm wishing her an amazing happy birthday from Dennis, Aiden, Christian, and Mars. Thanks, guys, and keep up the amazing show. I picked some jokes about dirt. She wanted dirty jokes.
Dirty jokes.
Dirty dad jokes.
What do pirates say to a prostitute laying in the dirt?
I don't know.
Land ho! I accused my neighbor of adding dirt to my garden, and she denied it.
Oh, yeah?
But the plot thickens. One more dirt joke. What did Jesus do when Mary Magdalene track dirt through the house? What did Jesus do and Mary Magdalene track dirt through the house?
I don't know.
Jesus swept. Now what do I got next? Captain, yes.
Ooh, well, ahoy there and happy birthday. It's funny you want me to talk about Jessica's ass because that's all us mascots talk about on the old SS Guppy. In fact, Tony the Tiger says that Jessica's butt puts the butt in buttermilk. Well, Jolly Green Giant, since he likes his vegetables, says that she puts the ass in asparagus, especially if you're illiterate because they're spelled different. But more importantly, Jessica's beautiful, wonderful ass inspired one of our chip products that you know is Pirate's Booty. Because that's a booty we want to plunder. Crunch berries.
I do like that booty.
Pirate's Booty or Jessica's Booty?
Pirate's Booty. I don't know that I know Jessica's Booty. I'm sure it's...
I don't know Jessica's Booty, but based on his description, it sounds fantastic. Yeah, it sounds so fantastic. I'm going to book a trip from Deutschland to get in between those hams. It looks like a walrus without tusks.
Yeah, speaking of... So this goes so close to Christmas, it seems like a lot of ham.
Yeah.
Pirate's Booty. The extra cheddar.
Yeah. Arr.
Oh, God. All right, guys, here we go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ja, the Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Mmm, Schweinefleisch.
Did they ever bring back a Chi-Chi's to the States? Didn't we read that last year?
They were going to.
Because I know there's one overseas at least, right? They're still around.
You could buy some of their products in stores.
Right, but I thought they were going to reopen the rest. There was some big...
That was the plan.
Because we're the only people, I believe, in this country that are still keeping Chi-Chi's alive with the Chi-Chi's birthday song.
Right. One extra email here. It says 2025 dump button total.
Aha!
Good afternoon, guys. I've been able to have this ready for you on time at the end of the year spectacular for the first time since 2022, but we didn't read it then, did we? Once again, you guys have provided a fantastic year of entertainment for the masses in Seattle and beyond. As we all know, the FCC and Mike Hawk like to make sure that you have your own airwaves free of profanity and filth. And since we listeners cannot be trusted, you have your dump button. With these numbers in mind, you saved a total of $19,250,000 in FCC fines.
Don't you think the company should reward us for that?
Yeah.
Look, man, you're always trying to find ways to save money, but we saved you $19 million for
Well, don't worry. I think we got a pizza party coming up here soon.
Hey, there you go.
There's more.
There you go.
Hopefully they'll bring that in next week for the meeting. Adding this to your running total now puts that figure at $498,975,000 that I'm sure Odyssey is all prepared to put right back into the show. As always.
Let's spare no expense to check out the YouTube feed.
This does not include Ted versus the FCC, by the way. For this year, you were forced to slam the dump button 55 times. This is down from 72 in 2024 and produces a 5-year average of 73 dumps a year. We had some very memorable dumps this year. January 7th, a dump during a conversation about Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
Don't know about that one. January 16th, Rectum Steve got a little too brown for the airwaves. January 14th, Miles was dumped twice for dad jokes that Mike's ears did not approve of. No. March 21st, Mike dumped a dad joke again, this time about a Cocker Spaniel.
It took you a minute to kind of dial in what exactly we needed to do for those jokes.
Sure. I'm on it now. July 16th, we saw Coke Ted get a little too coked up and get dumped.
Is that the Jackie Robinson?
I'm guessing that was Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson, yeah.
Effing legend.
He is. July 22nd, Debbie was dumped while regaling us about Ozzy. August 21st, Big Dummy Danny was dumped. November 7th, the captain earned 2 dumps. In addition, there were 12 audible farts from Thrill on the air and 5 Big Dummy contestants that were kicked from the game for being behind the wheel while not sober. Great rule, by the way. Thank you guys for keeping things going for another successful year. Looking forward to 2026. That from Kyle, the unofficial statistician of the men's room.
Yes, friends, it's time once again for Sit and Spin. Let's gather around the old radio and listen to some swellerific new music.
Oh, look who it is.
Happy
Happy New Year.
Taryn Daly, Steve Mix, we got the Big Morning Show. Yes, Happy New Year.
How you doing?
We're doing great.
Yeah, man.
Actually, yeah.
Have you guys broken your resolutions yet?
I don't make any.
Good.
I don't. Because I already know I'm going to break them. And I don't want to deal with the guilt of having known I broke them. So I'm like, I just don't make a resolution.
I resolved that I was going to wear less black. First day back from work.
I'm looking at you now.
I messed that one up.
I hadn't even thought about it until Tara just said it. Like, resolutions.
Still time.
That's right.
You don't have to.
Yeah. What about you guys? You have any resolutions? Other than you already screwed your pooch on yours, man.
Yeah.
Mine is the same every year. It's like eat less and move more. And then I don't do that.
I'm supporting Ryan Castle, who's doing a dry January.
Really?
So, I'm going to support him.
That's stupid.
I'm with you on that one.
I'm in his corner. Whatever he wants to do, that's cool.
Good job.
Yeah,
but to me,
for him,
that's someone who doesn't have kids.
That's right.
Because that's
Cheer 'em
crap.
on.
If you got kids and Christmas just passed, you went broke and all you want to do is drink.
Yeah.
Right? Seriously. I'm like, you obviously do not have children. And if you had children, you'd never stop drinking.
What did Santa Claus bring to your guys' homes?
A bow and arrow.
Cool.
That seems remotely dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Like a legit, not like a suction cup bow and arrow.
No.
This is...
It's a bow and arrow.
Okay.
Barrett went to summer camp and they did a lot of bow and arrow stuff. So that's what he has been talking about forever. So he wrote a letter to Santa and Santa obliged.
Okay.
Wow.
So that was the big thing.
Santa's like, F your safety.
Who's the most famous archer? Is it Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Is he the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I can't think of any other.
I'm sure there's actually a famous one. We just don't know his name.
Do you have a target?
Brad, mom's butt.
No.
3 targets. It came
three
with 3
targets.
targets from Santa's workshop.
Okay. So he's already been out there.
yeah.
What's he want to kill? Chipmunks, squirrels, what?
Just hopefully not one of the dogs on accident. Like, that would be bad.
It won't be an accident. Would you feel better if it were on purpose? Like that, or Mom, listen.
My God.
It wasn't an accident, and I hit the dog from 30 yards away.
True marksman.
Right.
What is
at
it?
that point.
What is it like buying something for your, or Santa bringing something for your kid that's inherently dangerous?
Well, at least it's not my fault if something goes wrong.
That's what
It's
I'm
all
saying.
on Santa.
Here,
That's
kid,
true.
have a shotgun. They used to do that when I was young.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're 8 years old. Like, here's a rifle, kid.
But you guys need to know, Steve Miggs cracked the code on best Christmas gifts, I believe.
So, I mean, I'm sure you guys have this happened before. Got her like the Barbie dream house, stayed up till 2 in the morning building it.
30, but yes.
All that, but like a little desk for her favorite Christmas gift, an electric pencil sharpener.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, nice.
So your daughter's like a cat. You regret it already, don't you?
Videos. She has sharpened every pencil in our house, but they're down to the nub.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
down to the nub.
Santa has these?
What, electric pencil sharpeners?
Is it Staples or what?
I don't know. Santa must have swung by Office Depot or something like that.
I never thought to myself,
Santa's got to outsource.
Santa's got to pick up some stuff. He's going to Staples.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my wife. I'm like, we dropped all this money on a scooter, on a Barbie dream house, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And the thing that she likes most is is like the USB rechargeable pencil sharpener. And it costs us like $15.
But
on
remember
Amazon.
that for next
Awesome.
year.
Yeah. Potentially inherently dangerous.
Yes.
You can't run with a sharp pencil, Can't have it in your hand.
Oh, I was thinking her fingers are at least big enough where she can't put them in that hole. Oh, my God.
Did you ask her to try? Hey, get your pinky in there. Oh, okay. Pull it out.
Yeah. Do you guys know what today is?
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Very good.
It's also National Smith Day.
Yes.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Ted, why are you even here? You should have the day off.
I know. It's ridiculous.
I know you guys.
Celebrate with the other Smiths.
What do you guys do on National Smith Day?
Well, much like Jesus, the wise men showed up this morning, brought me some gold, some frankincense, and an
Myrrh.
Amazon gift card. No myrrh. No myrrh. This is from the Jeff Bezos Bible.
Well, apparently, National Smith Day, all right, it is celebrated annually on January 6th. Great day.
All right.
To honor people with the surname Smith, the most common English surname.
I was gonna say.
With variations like Goldsmith, Silversmith, but it was created by Adrian Cooper Smith. Now, as a Smith,
What about Smith and Jigba? Is that now also a variation?
but do you...
wow, he
does
hangs
that
out with
count?
our side.
Okay, what about the Smythes, though? Do they not get to celebrate?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
No
E.
Checking on
No
the,
Schmitz.
Checking
No.
on the
Yeah.
pronunciation.
But what about the Goldsmiths? Like, to me, your last name's not Smith. It is Goldsmith. Your last name is Smith.
Smith.
This day's about you. It's not Goldsmith Day. It's not Silversmith Day.
Is that like Smith appropriation?
It is.
I think it is.
How many Smiths have you met?
My
in your
last
life?
name is not a costume.
Yeah, but how many have you met? Just randomly. It's like, oh, you're a Smith, I'm a Smith. We must be related, right?
I mean, look, the greatest story ever is when I got my wisdom teeth out. I'm the only white guy in the waiting room. The woman comes out and goes, Mr. Smith. Everybody stands up. She goes, Edward. I go, all right. And then I walk back there, the doctor's black, and he's like, Mr. Smith, I'm Dr. Smith.
Jesus.
Like the entire room.
So all of you are celebrating today.
We are.
That's crazy.
That'd be a good day to go back to the dentist.
Yeah.
So, Mike, you found artists with Smiths in the band.
I have managed to find 10 Smiths in the world of music, and so we are going to play the game of Can You Guess the Smith?
Maybe you like cooking. Maybe you don't. Either way, the new Blue Apron is for you. Because along with our classic meal kits, we're offering new pre-made and one-pan meals to help you get dinner on the table fast. And now there's no subscription needed, so you can just order and enjoy. Do delicious food your way. Shop 100+ meals at blueapron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app, and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet, and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up here at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Honk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. Images have been released of a couple that had sex inside of an MRI machine.
Yeah, I actually read that article today.
I looked at the pictures.
And they did it on purpose.
Yes.
And it wasn't on.
It was on. It was like 20 years ago. They did it for a friend of theirs who was a doctor. They just wanted to see what the human body actually does when you're having sex.
Now, they start out with a picture of them kissing.
Right. You see that. And basically, when you look at it, it's like two skulls.
But then you see penetration from the inside.
And here's what you did not know, and I did not know until I read the article. Did you flip through this, Mike?
I did kind of thumb through because I gotta see. I gotta see what the images are.
MRI and sex, I get it, but you saw what your penis does in the moment of penetration.
It bends like a boomerang. They say
that is their word, a boomerang.
Yeah. Huh. So
right. So like
head on up
when you're
then,
not seeing
and then
it,
like it pivots up.
Yeah. Like if it did that. And you were not having sex, you would freak out.
Right.
Correct.
Right. That's why when you give it to her, it comes back to you.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I got him, Miles.
But yeah, that was an interesting article.
Yes, it was.
And the headline grabbed me. I'm like, must know more.
I almost had it in my regular headlines. I was like, how am I going to go into depth about this?
Well, the way they set it up, you thought like she just did it and got busted. And she's like, no, dude, it was part of a study.
Correct.
And her point was, we did this 20 years ago, but apparently this is still like one of the top studies in the MRI world. Like people still reference this thing.
And then the next question that you have is how was I not a part of this study?
Well, she was like, she had a friend who ran the damn machine. Although she did one, she goes, the one weird thing about it, she's like, look, no one can really see you. It's just kind of, X-ray looking imagery. She goes, but they can still pipe in and say things.
All right.
So when they needed a certain
to
image.
the left.
Yeah, well, in one position, like, can you guys please hold that position for 1 minute? And she was just saying, like, we were kind of getting going, man. So, we complied, but it kind of sucked. Like, we wanted to keep going. You're just there for a minute looking at each other. And then you get the, okay, continue.
Right. Huh. That would seem tougher on the guy.
Yeah, like, hey, man, I can't guarantee things.
I can't.
Right.
I can't.
I don't have a minute in me.
I got it. In a new culture shift, we're seeing an increase in the number of men taking up sewing. All right.
Last time, why not?
Right?
I mean, I can't sew. I don't have any particular interest in it. But my wife does it and makes really cool things.
Yeah.
But what I like about it is I don't have to do anything for these cool things to show up in my home, you see.
I need to learn to do it better just because I have buttons that pop off from time to time. I
and you do auctioneering and all that kind of thing.
You can learn that in 5 minutes on YouTube.
I had to do an emergency one time. I remember I was at an auction down in Portland and I was clad in my tuxedo. And I don't know what was wrong with me. I think I had my pants hiked up way too high, and I was a little bit on my bigger side, and I bent down to pick something up off the ground, and poof, yeah, the backside opened wide up, and it is like an hour before the auction starts. I'm like, okay. Luckily, I had an emergency sewing kit in my bag, and I sprinted into that bathroom, and I conjured up some BS. And it was high enough up to where the tails of my jacket could cover it.
Cover your terrible stitch job?
Correct.
Why did you have an extra sewing kit, just in case?
Honestly, the auction company that I work for, they give us a bunch of goodies from time to time for these workshops that they do, and this particular time, they just so happened to hand out little tiny sewing kits.
All right.
That's smart.
I mean, yeah, good on you.
Also, a little sewing person. I was like, cool.
Also, typically down in a hotel market by the front desk.
Ooh, okay.
They have like the drinks and stuff. They'll have nail clippers. They'll have a toothbrush for you. They'll have a sewing kit.
I got to see if I can find one of those again.
Nail
I'm
clippers.
Out.
All those.
That's still like, can someone sew this?
Basically, anything that you forgot, they kind of have a good cross section of that stuff.
Unfortunately, a new study just found that Jupiter's moon Europa lacks the necessary undersea activity to support life.
I read that.
I didn't
because I'm that guy.
I didn't think that we were anywhere close to terraforming Europa, but
not terraforming, just like microbial life and all that kind of thing. Sure. Salty sea, all this, but there's just not enough activity. But they got their, I believe, Io is one. No, Ganymede.
Ganymede. It begins.
Come on, man! It was the first in-studio fart of 2026. I don't think it's gonna be bad at all.
All right, some of those in December were brutal.
Look, man. I don't know what was going on last month, but there was that day where every fart I had was disastrous. I don't remember what I ate, but it was not good.
Toxic.
It even got old for me.
Yeah. Put your thinking caps on, boys. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. Brought to you by the letter L. It is a verb that most often means to droop or hang loosely.
Limp.
I give you guys a 10% chance on this. It can also mean to act or move in a relaxed or lazy manner. An L word.
Lethargic.
Lull.
Lull. Okay.
Yeah. L-O-L-L. I always thought it was a lull, but this one's a lull.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's not a lull. It's
not
a
you.
lull.
It's no.
I wonder if it actually is. We just say it wrong.
Well, I don't know, because L-U-L-L, you'll say, like, there's a lull in the activity.
Correct.
Right? It does mean things kind of ground to a halt.
Right. This one feels like it was just poorly translated by us.
That's very possible.
Good news for Californians. Their largest reservoir just rose 36 feet due to the recent rains.
That's a plus of all the rain.
I mean, right, it is. I'm sure they're like, great. And it will be. But right now, they're probably like, yeah, bring it up in 2 months.
Exactly.
Oh, they're gonna be happy in the summer.
They will be, for sure.
Let's see. Thrill, you worked in the kitchen at one point. Miles, you were a graduate of BKU. Ted, did you ever work in the kitchen?
No, I threw some stuff in the fryers once.
Well, let's put you up to the test.
The Midstream Top 10. The Midstream Top 10.
So this came across my desk here, and it is a bunch of diner slang. So I'm going to give you guys the slang term. We'll see if you guys can guess what it means.
Obviously, I've never worked in a diner.
My cooking. These are these ordering terms or these kitchen terms?
All over the place. So these could be things that you could order. These could be people that work around there. These could be people that are inside of the restaurant at any given point. There's mostly the items that people will order, but there's also certain people. Like if I was to say the soup jockey, who would the soup jockey be?
Soup jockey.
Any guesses on where hey, call the soup jockey real quick. I gotta add something here.
Is that the waiter?
That is the waitress, yes.
Oh,
the
soup jockey.
Jesus.
Wow. Diner term.
Yeah, don't say that out loud at the diner. I just don't think that'll go over well. Hey, soup jockey.
Another employee, who would be the bubble dancer? Again, these are diner slang.
Dishwasher.
The dishwasher. Very good.
Bubble dancer.
I was a bubble dancer.
I thought it was the person who poured champagne. Didn't you get fired from
Yes, I got fired.
How many jobs have you been fired from?
It was impossible to be fired as a dishwasher.
Because people think that I'm the guy that gets fired all the time. I'm like, I got fired twice from the same job and asked to come back as soon as I stood up to leave, which was early in my radio career.
Oh, Lord.
You're fired. I'm leaving. Where are you going? Like, Jesus Christ, man, you just fired me. He's like, I need you. I'm like, okay. Otherwise, I have not been fired. The Eagle Scout.
Yeah, I know.
The one bar I worked at in Georgetown, though, we were, I worked the door, but we were in charge of busing, too. So there was, 4 doormen.
Yeah.
So, I know how those industrial washers work.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah. They're so great. You just slide it in, pull it down.
The problem is at the place that I worked, we didn't have crap for a doggone water heater.
Okay.
So I'd start my shift, and within an hour into me doing the dishes, we were out of hot water, which you need that to clean the doggone dishes.
It's a violation of health code.
The dishes aren't getting cleaned. Like, well, I don't have any freaking hot water in here. That was a hard ass. It's always somebody else's fault.
It is, of course.
Back to some diner slang there. If you needed some hail, what would that be?
Hail?
Need some hail.
Ice.
Very good, Miles.
All right.
Need ice.
All right.
Need some
Hail
hail.
is ice.
Extra hail.
Oh, right. That makes sense. All right.
Oh, this guy's crazy. He wants to put out the lights and cry.
Close early?
No, these are all dishes that we're doing now. He wants to put out the lights and cry. Focusing
Liver and
on
onions.
Liver and onions, Miles.
Oh, yes. Don't want to see it. Don't want to eat it.
Likes that. Jesus. You're having yourself some nice breakfast. You got your scramble. You got your hash browns. You got your fruit. And there's this one addition. You got to you want to burn the British. Oh, toast. English muffin.
Very close. All right.
English muffin.
Very close. Let's see.
What year is this slang from?
I have no idea.
It's diner speak.
Diner speak there, Ted. Ted, you want to order some eggs, right?
All right.
How do you like them? Wreck them.
Scrambled
eggs. Very good. Very good. Again, we're going over.
I wonder if waitresses and waiters know these terms now.
I think you can look at them and make a judgment call, especially at a diner.
Yeah.
If she's been there a hot minute,
I'd
pretty
have
sure
to
you
Google
can drop
half
it.
the stuff on the waiter. It's going to back like, I don't know what that meant.
Let me get 3 eggs, bacon. Wreck those eggs and burn the British.
What do we want over at table 4? One man wants ham and eggs, another guy wants scrambled eggs, and this one wants to sweep the kitchen.
Just big breakfast?
Hash.
Oh, damn.
Hash. Sweep the kitchen. That's just a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Just toss it all in there. All right, Ted, you like your scrambled eggs? Paint them red.
Put ketchup on them?
Yes, you nailed it. Put ketchup on those eggs.
That makes sense.
Absolutely. I don't know how this one factors, but if you want the first lady, what would that be?
The first lady.
I don't know why this correlates.
The cold shoulder.
Very close. A little bit further down, spare ribs.
Oh, damn.
Oh, because Eve was made out of Adam's rib.
Oh, okay.
Spare ribs.
Right, spare.
Bam.
First lady.
The first lady. Okay.
And you're welcome.
There you go. Well done. Going over to the table, you got your forks and your knives and your napkins, and then you got Mike and Ike over there.
Wait, the
Salt and pepper shaker.
Salt and pepper shaker.
Right.
Very good. We got diner slang. Let's see. What do you want with your eggs? He wants a Zeppelin.
Zeppelin.
All right, so that's a giant.
Eastwood would get this.
Is this an omelet?
It is not an omelet. No, this is an addition. You got your eggs, you got your hash browns, and he wants a couple Zeppelins in there.
Couple Zeppelins.
I love Zeppelins.
Mushrooms?
Sausage.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like a Zeppelin.
This one, some people do have this for breakfast. It's more of a desserty snack, but it's a nervous pudding. Anybody know what nervous pudding is in diners?
Tapioca.
I didn't know that they had this in diners, but you can get some Jell-O.
Yeah,
that is super old school.
Nervous pudding.
Because it's jiggling. It's all nervous.
That's right. How about Adam and Eve on a raft?
Adam and
Eve on a raft.
Is raft toast?
The raft is toast. Very good.
Is it 2 eggs on toast?
2 eggs on toast.
All right.
Look at Miles running the category over here. Let's see here. Draw one in the dark. It's what I like to enjoy every morning. Draw one in the dark.
Coffee?
Coffee?
Black coffee.
Black coffee.
Black coffee. Draw one in the dark.
Black coffee in the morning.
Let's see here. What else we got there? Blonde with sand. A blonde with sand. It's much like the draw one in the dark, but it's a blonde with sand.
Is that
Like
cream
a
and
coffee
sugar?
with milk?
Coffee with cream and sugar. Miles, you nailed it.
Okay.
Wow. It's exactly
a
right.
blonde with sand.
What are you going to have with your
God,
toast?
I feel like this is just some New York woman for the 50s screaming at me.
I know.
And always when I was growing up, every time that the diner was in any kind of popular media, they always had them saying all these things to the cook in the
kind of
back.
stuff, yeah.
Right. And I wanted to get to that level because I thought that'd be badass. Never got there.
Well, try it, man. Now you know.
Now
You're
I know.
armed with this.
Blonde with sand. See what comes out.
I know.
Hey, table
Now it's Tina.
4. Hey, table 4 needs some cow paste for their toast.
Cow paste. Butter.
Butter. Exactly.
Cow paste.
Steve would.
There's no way these are current.
We need 2 hamburgers. Steve, you want yours plain, and then Miles, you want to drag yours through the garden.
Oh, I want all the
Tomato,
accoutrements.
vegetables.
Lettuce, tomato, and onion.
lettuce, yeah. I have heard that one before.
Drag it through the garden.
Drag it through the
I think
garden.
you taught me that one, Mike.
Did I really?
On some other previous list. I feel like we've had this drag it through the garden.
Drag it through the garden. What else have I missing here? Another thing that you can do with your eggs is sink them.
Is that hard boiled?
No, and if it was doing sink them, I would think that it would be poached eggs, but this is breaking the yolks.
Ah, okay. That
Sink
makes
'em.
sense.
sink them. Again, we're going through diner slang here. 86. Honestly, I don't think
It's done.
Right. You're out of it, actually.
That one
Right,
we
it's
know.
86. Yeah.
Right. Which I don't think that's just limited to the diner. I
It's
feel like
not
everybody
people get 86.
Well, I think it started with diners and things on the menu are 86th, and then it just became a term for throwing people out. Like, you're 86 from here, period.
Gotcha. Okay. I like
Right,
it.
because generally it's 86 from the menu.
Yes.
Last time I heard that is because it was Christmas Day and the place was very crowded. It just seemed like everything we
Recently?
ordered. 3 years ago.
Okay.
Still haven't had that risotto.
Does anybody know what you're adding in if you want to pin a rose on it?
Pin a rose.
Pin a rose.
Tomatoes?
On it. Not tomatoes, no. I don't know why it's a rose.
Is this breakfast again?
It can be used in certain breakfasts, but honestly, it's going to end up on a burger.
On a burger.
Ketchup?
Adding onions to it. Pin a rose on it.
I guess
Oh,
red
because
onion.
roses make chicks cry. Like onions.
Like onions.
That's exactly
There
it.
you go, honey.
And I'll leave you with this last and final bit of diner slang. See if you can guess what you're going to get if you have Eve with a lid.
Eve with a
Eve
lid.
with a lid.
With a lid.
Diners are always known for their breakfast, but they're also known for their desserts. You're going to have some delicious Eve with a
Apple
lid.
pie.
Apple pie.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay.
She ate that apple, too. Thanks, Eve. That's why we have original sin.
Take a rib, eat some apples. Jesus.
She was a lot of it. She was a taker.
She was, man.
Created all kinds of problems.
And she tried to blame everybody else for it.
Yeah.
It's everybody else's problem. Oh,
It's the serpent.
A man in Florida has been arrested for hiding a gun while trespassing on a construction site, but you won't believe where they found the gun, Miles.
Where did he hide that?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And listener Trung Lee sent this one my way. Today we toast the thousands of people that crowded New York City's Brooklyn Bridge on New Year's Eve for fireworks. Now, generally, when you think of New Year's Eve in New York, you pretty much picture tens of thousands of people packed into Times Square watching the ball drop. As well you should, as it's broadcast every year. What is that ABC that does it every year? Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve.
Well, it's Ryan Seacrest.
I know, but it's still Dick Clark's.
Yes, oh yeah.
Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest. And we all picture that, right? That is the indelible image we all have in our head. Well, native New Yorkers, they decided to flock to the Brooklyn Bridge this past year for what was billed as a grand fireworks display. And a video showed the crowd counting down from 5 to 1, awaiting the boom of fireworks, only to be met with absolute silence. Yeah, it turns out the event was an AI-generated hoax on TikTok and Instagram. Got thousands of people to show up at the Brooklyn Bridge. The video's great because they're all excited. They count down from 5, and then they're like, Happy New Year! And there is nothing. Wow. And you just hear one guy in the background say, Did we get duped? Yes.
They said a lot of people did. Right, sorry if you already said it, but like a lot of people like left Times Square to go
to the Brooklyn Bridge,
and it was just started on TikTok.
Oh yeah, and then it kind of spread to Instagram, and then word of mouth. You're like, hey man, I'll tell you what. Instead of going to Times Square, let's meet at the Brooklyn Bridge. That'll be cool. They've never done it before. Well, they still haven't. So there you go. Happy New Year, everyone. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, it's going to get tested on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Say what you want about AI, but it's here. And it's helping businesses get more done in a day. Wix's website builder is infused with AI so you can stay ahead. Create a beautiful, functional website just by describing your idea. Track how your site appears in AI search results. Create custom images on demand, or launch an entire campaign in a matter of minutes. Wix gives you AI wherever you need it. Try it now for free at Wix.com.
Hi, I'm Andrew Yang, former presidential candidate and champion of getting more money into the hands of millions of Americans. I want to tell you about our new company, Noble Mobile, which is the first phone carrier that pays you to use your phone less. Did you know Verizon and AT&T paid out $18 billion in dividends to shareholders last year? That's money they make by overcharging you for data. Noble changes all that. You get unlimited everything on the T-Mobile network. Plus, when you use your phone less, you get up to $20 in cash back each month, and we give you a 5.5% interest rate on it. Most importantly, Noble members use their phones 17% less each month because, hey, people like money. And as a listener to this show, you can try Noble for just $10 if you visit noblemobile.com and use the code YANG10. Stop overpaying for your data. Go to noblemobile.com/yang10 and start getting paid to use your phone less today.
You know how everything's a subscription now? Music, movies, even socks. I swear if
To continue this ad, please upgrade to Premium Plus Platinum.
What? No. Anyway, Blue Apron.
This is a pay-per-listen ad. Please confirm your billing.
Oh, that's annoying. At least with the new Blue Apron, there's no subscription needed. Get delicious meals delivered without the weekly plan.
Wait, no subscription?
Keep the flavor. Ditch the subscription. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app, and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet, and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
99.9 KISW. Text the men's room at 206-803-ROCK.
TV Time with Ted brought to you by Xfinity. Give them a call, 1-800-XFINITY.
The men's room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Thrillhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Luke. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. All right, Luke, you understand how this here game is played?
Yep, you know it.
All right, fantastic. You have a choice of one of 3 stories, and today we offer you Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? Interior Decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally, today, we have Hit Me With Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional object that someone used as a weapon.
Hit me with your best shot.
All right. A woman with a long list of offenses recently stole something from a grocery store in New Zealand. Then she brandished that thing that she stole as a weapon. 30-year-old Namal Johnson walked out with over $250 worth of stuff in her cart. An employee tried to stop her, but she kept going. She loaded all the groceries onto a city bus, but then couldn't or wouldn't pay the bus fare. She demanded that someone else pay it for her. So again, she goes to a grocery store. She steals $250 worth of merchandise, walks out with the cart to then get on a bus as her escape vehicle, but won't pay the fare. She eventually got into a fight with the bus driver, and she grabbed one of the stolen items, raised it over her head like she was about to club the guy with it, all right? Well, thankfully, she put the item down and left the bus, but she did steal the driver's cash box on her way out with $125 in. This woman is a piece of work. Now, this all happened back in April, but she was just in court last Thursday, and it turns out she's stolen all sorts of stuff over the past year, and she's pled guilty to 26 different charges. Now, despite the long list of charges, the judge went easy on her, gave her 6 months of house arrest, but said it's her last chance. Next time, she's going straight to jail. So my assumption is she'll be going straight to jail sometime in the near future. Anyway, the question is, what did she almost use as a weapon that she had stolen from the grocery store? Was it a frozen chicken? Was it a baguette? Was it a leg of lamb? Or was it a lobster? So frozen chicken, baguette, leg of lamb, or lobster?
What do you guys think?
No lobster. I don't believe.
To me, it's pretty simple, right? So New Zealand, that's a leg of lamb.
Leg of lamb?
Yeah.
I'm going to go frozen chicken, Luke.
Yeah. Well, considering I know that bread can get petrified if it's exposed to air for a prolonged period of time. But the fact that she recently exited that grocery store at that time, I might guess, it was probably a leg of lamb. That's what I'm going to go with.
There you go.
Leg of lamb.
What did she almost attack the bus driver with? A frozen chicken, a baguette, a leg of lamb, or a lobster? We're going to find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room.
Here at Blue Apron, we know exactly how hectic school nights can be. That's why we created Assemble and Bake. Delicious one-pan meals that make family dinner simple. Just assemble the pre-chopped ingredients and put the pan in the oven to bake. Then you're free to help out with that last-minute diorama. Shop Assemble and Bake at BlueApron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit BlueApron.com/terms for more.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app, and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet, and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Categories, hit me with your best shout-out profile. This a woman stole something from a store in New Zealand. Actually, she stole all her groceries. They got on a city bus, then attacked the bus driver. Well, she was almost going to attack the bus driver with one of the stolen items.
That is correct.
From the store. She did not hit the guy with it, but she was arrested. Question is, what did she threaten him with? A frozen chicken, a baguette, a leg of lamb, or a lobster?
And Luke, that is the question that we posed to you. I'm looking at YouTube. People went lobster, they went baguette, they went with leg of lamb. Basically, they covered everything. But let's see. Miles Montgomery, you're the only person who went with the frozen chicken.
Frozen chicken.
Which makes a fine weapon, however.
Ted brought up the chicken today, and I figured, it had to be frozen, so maybe it was frozen chicken day.
And D. Ted Smith, you went with the leg of lamb, which makes sense. It is New Zealand, after all.
Yeah.
They're kind of known for that sort of thing. And Luke, after a little hemming and hawing, you ended up agreeing with D. Ted Smith. You both went with the leg of lamb. And you are correct.
The old shank.
And
New Zealand's got a ton of lamb.
They do, but lamb is delicious. Like, do not.
But as far as a weapon goes, out of those 4 items, that's the best one in my mind.
Which is odd, because lamb's pretty helpless.
I mean, to hold it like a club and just go. Yeah.
That was massive, especially like I was a kid. My mom's mom would cook it like almost every Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not have lamb until I was an adult. Let me take that back. Outside of eating a gyro, I never had like a lamb shank or something like that. I didn't think I'd like it. My God, I love lamb. Yeah. And then we took the kids out. I think my son was like 4 or 5. He wanted to do a quote-unquote fancy dinner. But his grandparents are living in town, so we took him to the Brooklyn. It's a steakhouse. We knew he ate beef. We ordered him a steak. It was a little bloodier than I think he was prepared to eat. So he kind of didn't want, I think he was just a little skewed down. I'd gotten this big-ass lamb shank. And I said, all right, well, look, man, just take a bite of my lamb, see what you think. When he was done with my plate, it looked like a lamb had been slaughtered and then had its bones bleached in the desert for 40. I mean, there was nothing left.
Delicious.
Okay.
Thanks to Ted, I go down to Asado in Tacoma.
I was going to say Asado in Tacoma.
Shank.
I swear by that lamb shank.
Great lamb shank. All right.
Now for all TV news all the time for TV Time with T.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams of talented writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Sprinkle Cupcakes, a company famous for selling sweet treats and vending machines, also known as cupcake ATMs, has shut down after 20 years of operation around the United States. Now they've been replaced with Ozempic ATMs.
Fallon.
Smith.
Not bad. Not bad.
I gotta be honest. I've gotten those things before at an airport. I always thought they were good.
I never did.
There's a vending machine for cupcakes?
You never seen them? It's like a giant pink machine. Yeah. And like I don't know if
the sprinkles machines.
Yeah.
And then it sings it to the entire doggone time.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I've been to a few airports. Like, ooh, sweet treat. I flew one home. A 535-pound bluefin tuna sold at auction at a Tokyo fish market for a record $3.2 million. It's also the first auction ever attended by a wealthy orca.
Saying the Ted Smith again.
Myers.
A 535-pound bluefin tuna sold at auction in Tokyo Fish Market for a record $3.2 million. It's also the first auction ever attended by a wealthy orca.
I mean, orcas kind of look like they're in black tie affair.
They always look fancy.
Yeah.
I wonder which one of those fish or mammals are faster. Because those tunas can fly. So I wonder how hard it is for an orca to actually get it to.
But orcas are smarter.
Well,
That's what they do, all that kind of weird hunting technique.
Yeah. McDonald's is facing a lawsuit claiming the McRib doesn't actually contain rib meat.
What?
It's strange the McRib doesn't contain rib meat. However, the fish fillet does.
That's
Fallon.
McDonald's is facing a lawsuit claiming that the McRib doesn't actually contain rib meat. It's strange the McRib doesn't contain rib meat, however, the filet of fish does. That's.
If you thought that was real rib, I mean all right, I got beachfront property in Kansas for you. McDonald's is facing a lawsuit that accuses them of falsely claiming the McRib sandwich contains real pork meat when it actually contains restructured shoulder, heart, and scalded stomach. Yeah, but people don't get as excited when you say the McStomach is back.
Colbert.
Fallon. Myers.
McDonald's is facing a lawsuit that accuses them of falsely claiming its McRib sandwich contains real pork rib meat when it's actually made of restructured shoulder, heart, and scalded stomach. Yeah, but people don't get as excited when you say the McStomach is back.
I hate to admit it, not even the McRib. When I was a kid, we used to get just those frozen rib patties.
Yeah.
Right? We used to love them.
I mean, but
I don't know if I ever had one.
I had them a few times. Like, if my parents were nice, they'd buy those and they'd be in the freezer. And as a kid, you're right, they were great. But I look back on a lot of things I liked as a kid, and I'm like, wow.
Do you bake them? Do you put them in a pan? How do you make those?
If I recall, it was oven.
I feel like it had to be oven back then.
Okay. Put some barbecue sauce on top, and away you go.
Yeah, but you're also thinking like an adult. I'm a thrill. Like, you got to think about, like, my brother's maybe a teenager and I'm like 10. We're just like, we're going to make these.
Oh, yeah.
All right, look, I'm going to try to read this story without giving out any spoilers.
Okay.
So.
They die at the end.
Some fans of Stranger Things think a new episode's coming out tomorrow.
Oh, Lord, okay.
I'm not going to go into too many details because I think it would give away some of what's already happened on Stranger Things in that final episode.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, there's a few things. There's like stuff they spotted in the episode and this and that. I guess also Netflix shared a teaser for an upcoming project on Christmas Day. It's captioned, quote, "Your future is on its way. Hashtag what next? January 7th, 2026.
All right.
So
something's coming.
My understanding was that they're just doing like a documentary of what they had to do to make season 5 happen, which can be complete BS, but I think...
So,
maybe that's something entirely separate.
No, there's already confirmed Stranger Things documentary on the way. It's called One Last Adventure, The Making of Stranger Things 5. That comes out Monday on Netflix.
Okay.
So, who knows?
Yeah,
The what next thing could have nothing to do with it. Again, I'm not going to give out the details because I know like that final episode just aired on New Year's Day?
Yes.
So I'm sure a lot of people haven't watched it yet. So I won't spoil it for you. And frankly, I don't know. It looks like jumble to me when I read it earlier.
I mean, maybe it was the Duffer or Duffler brothers, whoever behind, maybe it's their next project, right? No better time to tease it than to bring in your Stranger Things fan. Or maybe they got, I don't know, whichever actor is going to Frasier this bad boy, right? And keep playing the role.
It also might not have anything to do with Stranger Things.
It might not.
Netflix has a ton of shows and everything else.
Yeah, Netflix is doing A-OK.
Yeah. And I want to say they have that documentary coming out. And then I know the Peaky Blinders movie. I think it's already been done.
I think it is completed.
But that's coming out soon, too. Because remember on Christmas Day, I don't know if it was Indianapolis, whatever game, one of those games
was something where...
It was on Netflix. And they rented out a whole field-level suite and had it decorated like a bar from Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, and all the guys were dressed accordingly.
Correct.
Because when I first saw it, I'm like, what the F is that? I don't watch Peaky Blinders, and then they explain the situation. I'm like, okay, this makes a little more sense.
Correct, because the main character basically starts, like he's back from World War I.
All right.
And they live up north in Birmingham.
Well, those guerrilla marketing things seem to work. Because they're going to get you attention without you. I mean, you're going to pay for, obviously, the suite.
Sure.
It's going to cost you money, but... Colonel Sanders sitting behind home plate for 3 or 4 games.
It's huge.
KFC just bought him that ticket and said, maybe just sit back there. Or maybe he just did it on his own. But either way, great advertising for Kentucky Fried Chicken.
The Colonel Sanders thing, though, had nothing to do with KFC.
Right.
There's a theory in Japanese baseball league.
Oh, you
that
told
this
me
one
this.
team.
Oh, this was in Japan?
Right.
Okay.
The way they celebrate is you dress up like a player or whatever, then you jump into the water. So they had won this title. But none of them looked like the one American guy. So they took the Colonel Sanders statue and threw it in the water. The team never won again for like 30 years, so they had to dig it out. So one of the players for the Dodgers, a couple of the players are Japanese.
Yeah.
So that guy was dressing as Colonel Sanders, thinking it would put a curse on the Dodgers.
Aha. But either way, great advertising for KFC.
Yeah, well,
thanks.
Yeah, and you're right. Guerrilla marketing does work sometimes. For Netflix, though, like that game was on their channel.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they just looked at the NFL and said, we gave you what? I don't even know how many millions of dollars to get those games. Like, we're taking a suite. We're putting Peaky Blinders in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That was kind of weird, though, that CBS and Fox kind of got shut out of a lot of those games. Because you just expect to see... I mean, they put games on, but nothing that was really important.
Well, they sold it different, too.
Yeah.
Right? Like CBS and Fox obviously have the AFC and NFC. But I think the NFL was like, all right, we got these extra games, too. Who wants to bid on them? And Netflix, of course... just shelled out the cash.
We got the money, and the audience is there.
And look, I've gotten used to watching Amazon Prime for Thursday Night Football. My only real issue is I hate, out of habit sometimes, during commercials or whatever, I hit last. And every time you take it, takes you out of it. Now I'm just back on my Xfinity. And it's like, I got to log, or, not sign back, but you got to, go back in.
Go through the process,
It takes a second. You know what I mean? Especially when you're watching, college football or whatever. There's so many games on.
Right.
You could hit last and go through and see what's going on. Yeah, but cool stuff going on there. Speaking of the NFL, basically, there's a new ranking of the 14 playoff teams and the likelihood of them winning it all. Do you guys know all 14 teams?
No.
Let me see. I'm going to go NFC. We got the Seahawks. We got the 49ers. We got the Rams. We got the Bears. We got the Packers. And I guess Carolina ended up scraping that out, right?
Correct.
Oh, correct. It's one more team, right?
You say Eagles?
Oh, in Eagles. Okay.
Right, the defending champion.
And then AFC, we have the Steelers, which I'm hyper aware of. We got the Bills. We got the Patriots. We got the Jags. We got Houston.
New England.
Denver. Oh, right. New England. Denver and the Chargers. That's 8 teams, though. That doesn't work.
All right, so number 14 on the list. I think you left out Jack. Did you put in Jacksonville?
I got Jacksonville, yeah.
So they have the Panthers as the least likely to win.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they lost the game against the Bucs, right? Which would have just gotten them in. So then they had to rely on the game between the Saints and the Falcons, which already tells you, like, man, that means one of those two teams is beating you, which is ridiculous. But anyway, so they ended up getting in. Even though they lost their last game, they got in because Atlanta won. I don't remember.
Lost their last 2 games, right? Because the Seahawks beat them the week before.
Right.
So, yeah, Carolina, look, they got really hot there in December, but then the last 2 weeks, they just fell apart.
But now you're going to the playoffs, and a team like Carolina, just the thing about the playoffs, like, everyone plays better, and some of these teams are, like, real good.
Yeah. Next on the list, the teams that could win is the Steelers. Again, they're both basically 500 teams that just snuck in. And if they weren't in their divisions, they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
It wouldn't be, but something about the Steelers in the playoffs is just scary.
Yeah.
I would just say, not of all the teams you don't want to play in the playoffs. I don't know, but in your first week, right? If you're just trying to get to the divisional round, like the Steelers are not who I would want to see on my wild card weekend. Like, crap.
I'm just big on the Texans. I'm just big on the Texans.
I know. And look, man, I hope the Texans beat the Steelers because I'm a Ravens fan, and they might, but I think it's going to be a bigger fight for the Texans than they think it is.
All right, so then after that, it's like Packers, Chargers, Texans, Bears, Jaguars. And then the Eagles are still in 7th, which is odd. They're the defending champ.
But they're just wishy-washy, man.
Then you have the Patriots, the Broncos, who won the AFC. And it's just kind of silly. Then it's the NFC West.
I don't guess
49ers, Rams, and then obviously the top
Hogs.
pick to win the Super Bowl is the Seahawks.
Yeah. And there's only one team with a bye these days.
Yeah, the
Correct.
number 1 seed. So Denver and
Used to be 2.
Seattle.
Denver and Seattle are in their conferences, they each get a bye. And then also, if you're a Seattle fan, there's a couple things good going for you.
Everything.
There's been a new pope. Generally, when there's a new pope, the Seahawks at least go to the Super Bowl.
What?
Where are you getting these stats?
I mean, I believe you. It's just
I'm a Seahawks fan, so they were all over social media.
I see.
It's the Pope theory. Generally, if they finish first in the conference, they make it to the Super Bowl. The only problem with the Pope theory is that involves the Super Bowl they lost.
It sounds very Stranger Things.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
like all these weird things. Like, well, it's a full moon.
I mean, look, any team can win or lose any game, right? Because who the F knows? But I would just say, looking at the teams, to me in the NFC, Seattle's absolutely the class. And I think the next closest team would be the Rams or Eagles if the Eagles have one of those out-of-body experiences. The AFC, I really don't know. And Denver has had a solid season. I just don't know.
And look, I'll be fully honest with you. Part of the thing, you hate to see injuries, but like, if the 49ers had one linebacker that wasn't injured, like I think that would be a much better team. And they're still in the playoffs. They're not bad.
And they played injured. I mean, they had a mash unit all season, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I do worry about the Seahawks in that bye week just because the college football playoff. Outside of Indiana, everybody that had a bye week just did not look good.
I know, man, but these guys, I don't know. I just think just looking at them, just looking at their faces, their expressions when they walk on the field, these guys are walking like, we are here to decimate you. We do not care who you are. We're not worried about what you do. Yeah. We're playing our game. And I'm telling you, when they have that attitude, man, and they're good, that's hard to beat.
Check out Kimmel tonight. One of his guests will be Nikki Glazer.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Florida man is behind bars after hiding a gun under his prosthetic silicone breasts.
Of course.
Meanwhile, Mercer Island police complete a DoorDash order as the driver they had to arrest. Man who fell 15 stories is saved by a clothing line. Utah police officer who turned into a frog is now doing fine. And one of Boston's finest is arrested for felony strangulation. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
All right, our top story, we go to Florida, where armed criminals can be everywhere. Local deputies found a suspicious car parked on a construction site and investigated, finding a man sitting inside with an interesting choice of attire. A red lace bra, complete with silicone breasts and a G-string.
Yeah, baby.
He's one classy bitch, he is. Police asked about his appearance, to which he claimed that he was going to a costume party, but when officers asked for more details, the scantily clad suspect quickly refused to speak. Unfortunately, the man's bra was stuffed with a little more than prosthetics, as officers found a gun hidden within his bosom.
Oh.
He was arrested for armed trespassing. Side note, I didn't know that was a charge, but hey, you know what? Whatever works, right?
I like these silicone breasts.
Right? Like, he didn't just wear a bra. He's like, nah, I'm stuffing
putting
this.
boobs in it.
That's right. I want this complete. I want them to know.
That way, if I do commit a crime, no one will be able to identify me.
Looks like it's an extra from a Madonna video.
It does sound something like
right? Remember that?
Should have just said that and they'd have been like, yeah, all right, makes sense.
All right, sounds good. Well, like Madonna, that video from like 25 years ago where they all had cone breasts.
I just feel like I'm a backup dancer for Lady Gaga.
In other news, we stay right here at home to Mercer Island, where local authorities need to work 2 jobs. Local officers stopped a driver for a minor traffic violation, but after running their license, it was discovered that unfortunately the driver had an outstanding warrant for his arrest, informing him that he would be booked into jail. After learning that he was being arrested, the driver revealed to officers that he was currently working for DoorDash and was in the middle of a delivery. One of the officers volunteered to take one for the team and carried out the delivery, shocking the customers at who was dropping off their food.
I don't know that I opened the door.
I'm about to say, like,
that is weird.
If you open the door, there's a cop standing there like, nope.
I got a DoorDash delivery like you're a cop. I'm not
Also,
opening
I
the door.
ate 2 of your fries. What are you going to do then?
Just leave it outside, dude. That's right.
Yeah.
I ordered this to be left at the door.
Back away.
Leave it at the door, man. For real.
This is a damn trap.
Yeah.
Lure a fat guy out here with food.
I have no reason to feel guilty, but if a cop shows up and knocks on my door, I go, food. They're like, man, do not open that door.
It feels like a trap.
What if you said I took a slice of your pizza? What are you going to say?
That's right.
You're going to get a bad review.
My mom warned me about you folks. Lure, you got a windowless van in the back?
Yeah,
Lure me with
good
doggone
for-
food.
I'll give the cop credit.
Yes, you did a good thing.
You did the right thing.
You did a good thing. I'm just saying, my cynical ass would be like, put it down, dude. I'll grab it in a minute.
Just put it down.
I would be nervous as
Put
hell.
the fries down.
Right.
Would you open the door? I mean, like,
I would, but my heart would hit right in the button in the back.
Yeah,
dude.
you wouldn't be hungry for a minute.
No.
I think I just opened the door and be like, what did I do?
Right.
You got nothing on me, man. So we're just delivering you a pizza. Whatever.
I didn't see that guy.
you just go sprinting out like the back door.
Right.
Cop's like, hey, I just have food.
Push him out of the way and you start running.
I just got Chipotle, man.
Right, like, what, did you do something? Like, no, I'm just paranoid.
Holy crap, Thrills, that you?
I did have that once. Got my wife out of a speeding ticket.
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you did.
Because I thought it was funny. I could not stop laughing. And the guy, like, pokes his head in. Because his point was, he was mad at my wife because he's like, hey, I clocked you doing like 87 or something. And then I flip on my lights and he goes, you kept getting faster, but I knew you weren't running. You were just speeding. But then I had to gun it to get close enough to your rearview mirror for you to notice me, for you to pull over.
Right.
That's basically his story. And I thought that was hilarious. And he was kind of pissed, right? But it kind of looked in and he saw me and he's like, are you Thrill? I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. That is freaking hilarious. He's like, I'm going to give you a warning. But right on. You're the man.
To Boston, where police aren't as nice. A local officer has been suspended after being charged with felony strangulation of his girlfriend.
Boston Strangler?
Oh.
I'm just saying.
You're not wrong, though, man.
I know.
The story goes that the pair were in the middle of some extramarital activity when he began choking her during the act. He apologized for hurting her following their encounter, and the woman left the situation there, as she states that she just wanted him out of her life after that incident. I'm not going to make a thing about this. I want him out. But a couple days later, she claims that she became worried about his well-being and reported the assault to the authorities, leading to his arrest.
What was he arrested for exactly?
For assault.
For assault, okay.
Basically, she then said, no, he assaulted me. He was strangling me during sex.
Gotcha.
His law enforcement certification has been suspended, and he's been put on leave until the matter is resolved.
You'll be back.
There's something odd about this story.
It's just weird that she's saying she's worried about his well-being.
Correct. I want him out of my life. I don't want him around anymore. Whatever. Like, I just want him gone.
You think he's just that cuckoo where she's like, I should do that? It's going to seem S-y at first, you think?
I don't know if this was discussed beforehand. I feel like that's a move that you can't just start doing.
You don't just break that out.
It's also something you've done before.
That's right.
It's not a new first-timer.
No.
You know, it's like coming in the backside of your house. I mean, if you do that normally, you're parked back there.
And you should be worried if your partner wants to do that. Like, if they want you to do it to you, all right, cool. That is what it is. But if your partner wants to do that, like, We need some follow-up questions.
Especially when it's not in the bedroom. You're just watching Netflix and you're like, hey, can I choke you? I've been thinking about it all day.
Erotic asphyxiation is a thing. But
it is.
Yeah.
But usually it's done to you because it's supposed to like lessen the blood flow to the brain and the oxygen to the brain. And
why can we only do these things in bed, right? So maybe
it's consensual.
Then it's weird.
Right.
But if we're in the bedroom, it's fine.
Then we're odd.
Hey, slap me. You're
like
watching football. No, just come over and slap me.
I just like the idea that we're watching Stranger Things. I'm like, hang on, baby, I just want to choke you real quick.
You want to go to bed? No, I don't want to have sex. I just want to choke you.
I'm going to eat this last piece of pizza over there, so you're not getting it.
I just want to see your eyeballs poke out a little bit.
That's all. Turns me on.
But just in case those stories up to bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
Wild story out of China where a rescue operation took place. Emergency calls were made after a man in his 80s somehow managed to fall out of the window of his apartment on the 15th floor of his building. Luckily, his fall was cut halfway short as he landed on a clothing rack outside of the window on the 7th floor, leaving him suspended in midair. Side note, how that didn't take him out, I don't know. He still dropped 7 frickin' stories.
Yes.
A maintenance worker answered the call and was able to lower himself from the 8th floor apartment down to the man, where he was able to recover him and bring him back to safety before he was taken to the hospital.
The maintenance worker.
Right.
I mean, at least here in the States, it's like, look, it's going to be the fire department. It's going to be a quote unquote first responder. Not the guy has been scratching his armpit.
Did you see him drop himself down with a sheet?
A fire hose.
Was that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah, wrapped around him. I'm like, golly, dude, what are you doing?
Getting a raise.
Still up there.
Trying to get a raise.
I'm getting a raise for this ass.
Doggone it. Men's Room Sports. You got college hoops over on ESPN and FS1. You got pro basketball on NBC. And the Kraken are back in action again, hosting the Bruins after a big win in Calgary last night. So they hit Calgary last night. They're back home tonight. It's going to be over on Kong, over on Amazon Prime as well. As far as your weather, we've got a low of 39 tonight with on and off showers extending into tomorrow morning before they breaking up into a cloudy afternoon with a high of 43. Going to get cold here, kids. So for your headlines with that, Mike Hawkins out.
Thanks, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Left. Unless the lovely Jolene is up in seconds.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Hold up, we got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Hi, I'm Andrew Yang, former presidential candidate and champion of getting more money into the hands of millions of Americans. I want to tell you about our new company, Noble Mobile, which is the first phone carrier that pays you to use your phone less. Did you know Verizon and AT&T paid out $18 billion in dividends to shareholders last year? That's money they make by overcharging you for data. Noble changes all that. You get unlimited everything on the T-Mobile network. Plus, when you use your phone less, you get up to $20 in cash back each month, and we give you a 5.5% interest rate on it. Most importantly, Noble members use their phone 17% less each month because, hey, people like money. And as a listener to this show, you can try Noble for just $10 if you visit noblemobile.com and use the code YANG10. Stop overpaying for your data. Go to noblemobile.com/YANG10 and start getting paid to use your phone less today.